All right, go ahead.
Praise, glory, honor to Yahuwah of hosts by way of Yahushua HaMashiach. We're going to start this reading off at John chapter 19. And let's see, 19. And verse 34. Actually 31.
Therefore, since it was the preparation that the body should not remain on the stake on the Sabbath, for that Sabbath was a high one, the Yahudim asked Pilate to have their legs broken and be taken away. Therefore the soldiers came and broke the legs of the first and of the other who was impaled with him. But when they came to Yahushua and saw that he was already dead, they did not break his legs. But one of the soldiers pierced his side with a spear, and instantly blood and water came out.
So we'll say, instantly blood and water came out when they pierced him in his side. So we already read before in Hosea, I think that's Hosea chapter 10. Let me make sure. Hosea chapter 10. I'll give you Hosea chapter 10. Chapter 10 and start that off at about verse 1.
Hosea 10 and 1. Yasharal is a degenerate vine. He brings forth fruit for himself. As his fruit increased, he increased the altars. And the better his land, the better they made the pillars. Their heart has been slippery, now they are guilty.
This verse say Israel is an empty vine. He bringeth forth fruit unto himself. So we seen that he had emptied out himself and poured out blood and water. So let's go to, and we're looking at him emptying out himself. You know what I'm saying? And he regarded his flesh as a thing of nothing. So we can look at that real quick at Jeremiah chapter 13. Jeremiah chapter 13, I think we're going to start us off about verse 5. Actually, no. You know what? Give me Ezekiel 40. I'm looking for that place where it says, I can find that verse. You know what that verse was say about the waters issued outside the house?
47
47.
and 1.
47. Yeah, 47 and 1.
Ezekiel 47 and 1. Afterward he brought me again unto the door of the house.
So look at this. He said, afterward he brought me to the door of the house. In John chapter 10, Yahushua said, I'm the door. So he was brought unto the door. He said, come unto me and I will give you rest. So we got to look at how we walk in. We got to walk as he walked, and we got to come unto him, and then we'll get that rest. Go ahead and read that.
Waters issued out from under the threshold of the house eastward.
It said water issued out of the house, out of the side of the house. He said, he spoke of the tabernacle of his body. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of the tabernacle of his body, water came outside of the house, toward eastward.
For the forefront of the house stood toward the east, and the waters came down from under the right side of the house, at the south side of the altar.
So the waters came down at the side of the house, at the right, on the south side of the altar.
Then brought he me out of the way of the gate northward, and led me about the way without unto the utter gate, by the way that looketh eastward. And behold, there ran out waters on the right side.
So we look at the testimony of Yahushua as the spirit of prophecy. So we seeing, therefore, that these waters that ran out of the side of this house was actually of the vision. Like he said, where there's no vision, the people had perished. We dealt with that last night, Brother Dwayne. Keep reading.
3. And when the man that had the line in his hand went forth eastward. He measured 1,000 cubits, and he brought me through the waters. The waters were to the ankles. Again he measured 1,000 and brought me through the waters. The waters were to the knees. Again he measured 1,000 and brought me through. The waters were to the loins. Afterward he measured 1,000, and it was a river that I could not pass over. For the waters were risen, waters to swim, in a river that could not be passed over. And he said unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen this? Then he brought me and caused me to return to the brink of the river.
So what we're looking at here, we're looking at this water was so deep, it was water that could not be passed over. So we're looking at, let's see, John chapter.
Well, you better get some strength in you then. I can get some strength. Well, you can't move. Know what you do.
Edify one another. Edify.
That's why I'm instruct my boot right up your behind.
She doesn't want to be abandoned.
Luke chapter 22 said this water was not water to be passed over. It was so deep. Uh, 41.
Lucas 22:41. And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast, and kneeled down and prayed, saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done.
There was another passage where it said, let this cup pass from me. I don't know exactly what that is. It might be in Matthew. Let's get that one. Where it said, let this cup pass from me. Because he said this water cannot be passed over. It was so deep. Yeah, 42.
Matthew 26:42. He went away again the second time and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done.
Said, if this cup pass not away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done. So we see that the waters were so deep that he could not pass over. So he could not pass over this death. He had to die. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're looking at. We cannot pass over having to die to our flesh, because we are buried with him through the baptism of his death. So I think we're done with that. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 11. Deuteronomy chapter 11. Luke chapter 12, actually.
Luke 12.
Verse 50. So we were just looking at this water going over his head. We was actually his head. We was actually looking at baptism as he was going down into that water, and it was so deep he couldn't pass over. So let's go to Luke chapter 12, verse 50.
Luke 12:50. But I have a baptism to be baptized with. And how am I straightened until it be accomplished?
So we say, how am I straightened until it be accomplished? He has a baptism to be baptized with. Now we're going to go to Jonah chapter 2. He said he got a baptism to be baptized with. How straightened is he until it be accomplished? So this is what we gotta look at. We gotta keep our feet on straight paths, because we're gonna have to die this same death. Let's see. Jonah chapter 2. And
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, Jonah.
Jonah.
so let's start at verse 1. Yeah, you have the same problem, man. My feet sticking together. I go in there. It say, then Jonah prayed unto Yahuwah out of Yahuwah's Elohim out of the fish's belly, and said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto Yah, and he heard me. Out of the belly of Sheol I cried, and thou heardest my voice. So we gotta look at, he said, out of the belly of Sheol I cried. He wasn't actually in the belly of Sheol. Jonah never died. So we looking at the testimony of Yahushua. For thou hast cast me into the deep in the midst of the seas, and the floods have encompassed me about. All thy billows and thy waves have passed over me. So we're looking at the billows and the wave passing over him. He's being baptized into death. Then said I am cast out of thy sight, yet I will look again. And then we also, what skipped my mind is that when we looked at Ezekiel, that he brought him again to the brink of the river after he had went to the waters that could not be passed over. So we brought him again into the brink of the river, onto the dry land. He said, then said I am cast out of sight, and I will look towards thy Kodesh temple. The waters compassed me about, even to the soul. The depth closed me round about. The weeds were wrapped about my head. I went down to the bottom of the mountains, and the earth with her bars was about me forever. Yet thou hast brought up my life from corruption, O Yahuwah my Elohim. So we look at how he was brought again from the corruption. And this is a test of how much we really say we believe in this man. We're looking at this man, how he suffered. And he went down and he was baptized into that death, but he was brought again unto life. Let's go to Psalm chapter 22. Verse 14.
Tahalim of Psalm 22 and 14. I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax. It is melted in the midst of my bowels. My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue cleaveth to my jaws. And thou hast brought me into the dust of the death, for dogs have compassed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced me, pierced my hands and my feet.
He said, my strength is dried up like a potsherd. So when we looked at that, we looked at also how Israel was tested in the wilderness. They were tested by that thirst. That they said they was thirsty and they complained for water. So let's go look at that. Deuteronomy chapter 18.
It's gone. It's recovered.
for the part where they say, they chose Moses because they was looking for
No,
water.
that's number 17. It's not number 17, it's number 21.
You said Numbers what?
17 or 21.
It's in the cover.
21, my bad. You said Numbers what?
Yeah, 21. 21 when you get the rock. There's two places where they ask for water.
I'm looking for the one that said they chose waters, not the waters.
Like, we just looked at that too long ago. It might be number, if it's not number 17, it's number 14. I mean, Exodus 17.
Yeah. This is 17. It says, this is 17 and 1. Go ahead and read that.
Exodus 17 and 1. And all the congregation of the children of Yasharal journeyed from the wilderness of Sin. After their journeys, according to the commandment of Yahuwah, and pitched in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses, and said, Give us water, that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, Why chide ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt the Lord? And the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moses, and said, Wherefore is this that thou hast brought us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? And Moses cried unto Yahuwah, saying, What shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me. And Yahuwah said unto Moses, Go on before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Yasharal, and thy rod wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thine hand, and go. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock in Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come out water of it, that the people may drink. And Moshe did so in the sight of the elders of Yasharal. And he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the chiding of the children of Yasharal, and because they tempted Yahuwah, saying, Is Yahuwah among us or not? Then came Amalek and fought.
And so we're looking at how he brought forth this water out of the rock. So we're looking at this rock also being broken, and how that water came out and issued forth out of this rock. So let's go to Isaiah 44:3.
Yeshayahu, or Isaiah 44:3. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my ruach upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the
So we
watercourses.
gotta look at this part where in their flesh, they said it was thirsty. Their flesh was thirsty. So they were being tested and tempted by that thirst that they were suffering in the wilderness. And we looking at this, he said, I will pour out water upon him that's thirsty, and flood upon the dry ground. I will pour out my ruach upon thy seed, and put my blessing upon thy offspring. And they shall spring up among the grass, and as willows by the water courses. So we looked at how this is symbolic of him taking away the curse, him being made a curse for us. So let's go to Deuteronomy and look at the curses. Look at one of the curses. Deuteronomy chapter 28. And then let's go to Genesis real quick. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1.
Barashit 1:1. In the beginning, Elohim created the Shemayim and the Aretz. And the Aretz was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Ruach of Elohim moved upon the face of the waters.
So if it was without form and without void, so that means that's showing like how actually let's go to Deuteronomy.
I'll say it in Hebrew next time. I knew some of y'all wasn't ready.
He said, what he said?
I should have said it in Hebrew. I'll say it. I didn't want some not to understand.
Deuteronomy 28 and 22. So we're looking at him. He said he was going to pour out water upon him that is thirsty and upon the dry ground. And then they will spring up as grass. So let's look at one of the curses. Even Mashiach was being cursed for.
Dabarim with Deuteronomy 28 and 32.
20.
22?
Yeah.
Okay, verse
Oh,
22.
no. Yeah, 22.
22. Dabarim 28 and 22. Yahuwah shall smite thee with a consumption and with a fever and with an inflammation and with an extreme burning and with the sword and with blasting and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. And thy shamayim that is over thy head shall be brass, and the aretz that is under thee shall be iron. Yahuwah shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From Shemayim shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed.
So that's showing that the land was made, the rain of the land was made powder and dust. And nothing can grow in the midst of the rain being powder and dust until he sent that rain to pour it out upon the dry ground to give the blessing upon the offspring. So let's look at Psalm 63. So give me Philippians chapter 2.
Okay. Philippians chapter 2.
Philippians chapter 2, verse 1.
Philippians chapter 2, verse 1. If there be therefore any consolation in Mashiach, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Ruach, if any bowels and mercies, fulfill ye my joy that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being a cod of one mind. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind. Let each esteem other better than themselves. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others.
So when we look at this, we're looking at, we are bearing the image of HaMashiach because he didn't look on the things of his own. He looked every man to the things of others. Verse 5.
Verse 5. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Yahushua.
So this mind was in Yahushua HaMashiach. He said, let this mind be in you, which was in HaMashiach.
Who being in the form of Elohim, thought it not robbery to be equal with Elohim, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men.
So then he had no regard to his flesh. He wasn't looking at his flesh. He made himself of no reputation. He took upon him the form of a servant and was made in the likeness of men. So we're going to go and look at John 6:63. Yochanan 6:63.
Yehukanan, or John 6:63. It is the Ruach that quickeneth the flesh, profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are Ruach, and they
flesh, and they are life. It say the flesh profit nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are ruach and they are life. So we look at him, how he took himself and he was made fashion of a man. He humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even death of the cross. So with that, Jeremiah chapter 13. Jeremiah chapter 13 and verse 7. Oh, verse 1. Actually, verse 1.
Jeremiah 13 and verse 1. Thus saith Yahuwah unto me, Go and get thee a linen girdle, and put it upon thy loins, and put it not in water. So I got a girdle according to the words of Yahuwah, and put it on my loins. And the word of Yahuwah came unto me the second time, saying, Take the girdle that thou hast got, which is upon thy loins, and arise, go to the Euphrates, and hide it there in a hole of the rock.
We're looking at the girdle being hid in the hole of a rock. He just said the flesh profit nothing, so we're going to look at this and see what he's talking about here in the verse 5.
So I went and hid it by Euphrates as Yahuwah commanded me. And it came to pass after many days that Yahuwah said unto me, Arise, go to Euphrates, and take the girdle from thence, which I commanded thee to hide there. Then I went to Euphrates, and digged, and took the girdle from the place where I had hid it, and behold, the girdle was marred. It was profitable for nothing. Then the word of Yahuwah...
Profitable for nothing. He just said the flesh profit nothing. You said the spirit, it gives life.
Then the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Thus saith Yahuwah, After this manner will I mar the pride of Yehuda, and the great pride of Jerusalem.
So we're looking at Yahushua being Yehuda and Jerusalem.
This...
Okay, hit me Romans chapter 13. Romans chapter 13. So we see how this man didn't have no regard for his flesh. You know what I'm saying? It said that the things were written in the Psalms and the prophets concerning him, how he must suffer. In chapter 44. Romans chapter 13. So let me go. Romans 13 and 14.
Romans 13, 14. But put ye on the Master Yahushua HaMashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
So put him on and fulfill not the lust of the flesh, just like he did. You know what I'm saying? In his body, he regarded not his own flesh. Let me see. Luke chapter 44. And I'm going to end there with this. So Luke chapter 24 and 24 and 44.
Luke 24 and 44. And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me. Then opened he their understanding, that they might understand the scriptures. And he said unto them, Thus it is written, and thus
it is written.
And thus it behooved HaMashiach to suffer and to rise from the dead the third day.
So this is all written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms and things concerning him. So he's showing us basically in the way that we should be walking. We should not regard our own flesh, and we should be always prepared to die. You know what I'm saying, to the flesh. So with that, I'll say praise God for Yahushua.
Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. Praise y'all for you, Sean Michelle. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. All right. Well, y'all on the phone, y'all all right? Everybody cool? Everybody easy? All right. Well, come on, sir. You know what I'm saying? Got to roll, tide, roll.
Ooh, roll tide.
Roll Tide roll, you know, win championships out here something.
Y'all pulling another hymnal today?
Yeah, we gotta work it.
We'll pick it up next week. Well, Baruch Hashem Yahuwah Hashem Yahushua HaMashiach. So let's start this off. Allah,
Allah,
Ba,
Ba,
Gamal,
Gamal,
Dalet,
Dalet,
He,
He,
Ua,
Ua,
Zain,
Zain,
Kit,
Kit,
Tit,
Tit,
Yad,
Yad,
Ka,
Ka,
Lamad,
Lamad,
Main,
Main,
Nun,
Nun,
Samek,
Samek,
Ain,
Ain,
Pe,
Pe,
Tesa,
Tisa,
Ku,
Ku,
Rash,
Rash,
Shan,
Shan,
Tau.
Tau.
So we're gonna start from the. Because you're gonna touch that later, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, I'll let you touch that. So we're gonna go through. We almost have completed the first day. So we're gonna start at the top. We're gonna go down to this one. So I want y'all to lead though. So 1, 2, 3.
Bereshit,
Bara,
Bara, Elohim,
Hashemayim, Uat,
Haaretz,
Haaretz, Haaretz, Hata, Tahu,
Tahu,
Ubahu. Group participation. Kashat.
Kasha.
Who remembers what this means?
You know how it feels.
Okay.
You know how it feels.
U means what?
They'll sit down
And
somewhere.
Khan. So U means what? And okay. Ha means what? Adetz means what? Okay. Haita was without. Tahu, form. Ubahu, and void. Ukashak. Everybody go to about a sheet. 1 and 1. Well, 1 and 2. This is why I didn't read it in this we would read it.
I can go with it on part 1.
Okay. Okay. So, what's it say? Okay, darkness. So kashak is darkness. So kashak means darkness. All, panim, what does this mean? Over the face. Kanaki. Tahum. What does that mean? The deep. Kanaki. Tahum. One way I remember tahum is think about like deep. If something's deep, it's kind of stretched out. So tahum. Say it for me.
Makes sense.
It does make sense, though, doesn't it? Tahum. Ooh. Khan. Grew up and we know in the spirit. Alahim. Marakuf, which means God. All Poni Hamayim. So what's this word mean? Darkness. Okay. What's this word mean? God. God. Okay. Alright, Gamal. Ooh. Ya. Ama. Alahim. Yahai. Aur. Uyahai. Aur. Let's clap it up a little high, man. He over there getting it. I like to hear that. So, Uyamir, what does that mean? Anybody? And completed. Saying, saying, Alahim, Yahai, be there. Aur means what? Okay. Who Yahai? Aur. Huh. So, verse 4. Repeat after me. Everybody. You too.
No, that's not how I learn.
You don't sing, you don't learn, but
I mean, I learned by listening to you say it.
but you have to say it.
That's not gonna work.
Okay.
Everybody learns differently.
U Yara.
Yara.
Alahim. Ata. No, At. Close there. At. Ha Aur. Kai. Tu. U Yabadal. Alahim. Bani. Ha Aur. Ubaim. Ha Kasha. Okay. So, and completed is the U and the Yah. U and Yah completed, which we know means completed. Ra is seen in this case. Ra'ah evil is evil, but just Ra is seen. Alahim, At, which is the what? Ha Aul, the light. So, in completed seeing Alahim, the beginning and the end of the light. Kai means what? Was. Tu. So that's a word that you can use throughout the day. How was your day today? Tu. Bukatu. So say it with me. Tu. How are you today on this Shabbat? Yeah, tu with a B. So how are you today? How are you today? Tu. Tu.
Hey, what that he said though? What you said? With the B word?
Tu.
No. What you said something with a B then.
Boom.
Bukatu, which means good morning. Yeah, Bukatu. Buka. Say Bukar.
I got you like vocal.
Put your boot in.
Not like Buka. Bukar.
And then night, Layla.
Nicaragua, man. Two, which means good. Uya and completed, badal means separate.
No, he tried to bend down, but he still.
Yeah, he's still. He was not in depth.
I was going Army Cross.
That was an army show.
No, I said I was going to Army Cross.
They said yellow was like
She said repeat that too.
This part right here. Oh, uya badal
Ooh, yeah, but
and completed separating. So it's a separation, division. Alahim, Bain, well, Bani can either be between or from. So between Ha'or, the light, or from the light. U and Bain, between or from Ha Kasha, the darkness.
first one, we got an ooh in front of it. And
Took on this one?
yeah, she said it look different, but it's just that ooh in front of it. And what look this one?
That's,
Oh yeah, you put the yard before the new
yeah.
on the second. Yep, that one. Hey, that means she looked at the
Hey, you're
character.
catching it though, that's good. That's like looking at the characters. So, like I said, check me. Please. So let's say it again together. Anybody want to attempt to say it from the top? I believe you. Oh, recall.
I'm trying. Starting from the very top. Barashit.
He's gonna lead, we're gonna follow after him, okay?
Ooh,
So as he says it, we're gonna say it after him. Because we have to get familiar with saying it and sound it out. You have to remember, put these together with it and look at the word as he says it. Don't just repeat it, but look at it as we say it.
Barashit.
Barashit,
Bara.
Bara,
Alahim.
Alahim,
At.
At,
Hashamayim.
Hashamayim,
Uat.
Uat,
Haaretz.
Haaretz,
Haaretz.
Haaretz,
Hayata.
Hayata,
Hayata. Tahu.
Tahu,
Ubahu.
Ubahu,
Ukashaka.
Ukashasha,
Ukasha.
All,
Pani.
Pani,
Tahauni.
Tahum,
Tahum.
Tahum.
So that's not the that's the end.
That's the mim.
Mem. Okay.
Yep.
Tahum.
Tahum,
Urua.
Urua,
Alahim.
Alahim,
Marakut.
Marakut,
All. Pani.
Pani,
Amani.
Hamayim. Khan, you're doing great up
And
there.
that's words, right?
Yep. Khan. Which means yes.
Uya Amara.
Uya Amar.
Alright, say it again so I can.
Uya
Uya
Amar.
Uya Ama.
Amar. Because that's the what? What character is that?
Rosh.
Okay, so if it's a Rash, what's it going to end with?
Ra.
Okay, so
Uya Hamara.
what's that?
Al.
Okay, what's that?
Mim.
Okay, so say it again.
Uya Amara.
Amar.
Amar.
Uya Amar. Amar.
Yeah, see when I get to the meme, I be trying to put that MY in that's what it be.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Alright. Amar. Amar.
Say, you know, like somebody named Amari?
Uh-huh.
Amar.
Alright. Amara. Amar.
Look at the
Amar.
Okay, look at the characters. Remember, go if you have to go character by character. That's fine.
Ya. Amar.
Ya Amar.
Ya Amar.
Okay.
Alahim.
Alahim.
Yaha.
Yahai.
Yahai. Aura. Aura.
Au.
Aru. U. Yaha.
U. Yahai.
U. Yahai. Aru. Aru.
Au.
Aru. U. Ya. Ura. Uyara.
Uyara.
Uyara. Alahim.
Alahim.
Up.
At.
Ha. Arur.
Ha'aur.
Haru. Kaya. Kaya.
Put it together now.
Kaya.
Kai.
Kaya. Te. Uba. Tu.
Tu.
U. Badal. U. Badal.
Come.
Alahim.
Alahim.
Bani.
Bani.
U. No. Hold on. Ha. Arua.
Au.
Aru. Ubaniya. Bani. Ubanai. Ubani.
Ubani.
Ha. Kashk.
Kashak. Kashak. Let's clap it up. Anybody else want to give it a try?
I don't think that wasn't the white ready. That was ready.
Well, you want to do as much as you can do.
I do that.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, that's fine.
I got Barashit,
Barashit.
Bara,
Bara.
Alahim,
Alahim.
Leave it alone, Will.
At.
Hashamayim,
Hashamayim.
Uat.
Uat.
Ha-arat.
Ha-arat.
I got, ha. That's about all, right?
No, you just had.
Oh, hu-arat, yeah.
Mhm.
Tripping. Ha. Haya.
Mhm.
Hayata.
Yep.
Tahayu. Tahawu.
Tahu.
Tahu, okay. Ubahai. Ubahau.
Ubahu.
Ubahu. Ukashak. All. Panani.
Pani. Ka.
Pani. Okay. Then I got
Great job.
Tahun.
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 Tahun. And I got
Think about it in English if you have to.
is ura.
Think about it. What's within man,
So.
which we call.
Oh, ruach.
Ka.
So it's ruach.
Mhm.
Yeah. Alahim.
Ka.
It's Morah. I can.
Maraku.
Maraku. Okay.
You know what it means?
Nah.
So,
Maraku.
in the Ruach of Elohim, over the face of darkness.
Oh, Manover.
Move.
Moved.
Manover.
Okay.
Maraku.
Maraku. All.
Face.
Noon.
Pani.
Okay, Pani, because it's a yeah. Okay, Pani. Oh yeah, you did say that with it. You started this with E. And then that's I think I just had.
You got it. You still have it.
Hamaim.
Khan. You want to keep going?
Oh, stop.
I mean, it's up to you.
Leave it alone.
Doing an excellent job.
Then I got okay.
What's his name?
That's a ooh. Ooh, yeah.
What name did I say you don't remember? If you know
Oh, Amar.
Khan. You
Ooh,
see
yeah,
how it is
Amar.
on?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Ooh, yeah, Amar. Okay. Ooh, yeah, Amar. That's Elohim. Uhal.
Sound?
Yeah,
Yah.
it's you. Yaha. Yaha.
How does this end?
Yahain.
Yahai.
Yahai.
Yahai. Look at Yahuwah's name, for instance. Yahu.
So, ooh, your high.
Come.
Ooh, your high. Okay. And that's Awur.
Awu.
Awur.
Which is what?
Um,
Yes, you do. And Elohim completed what? He completed saying Elohim, be there. That's the first thing he created.
like,
Awu.
Awur. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, all right. Awur. Like,
Okay. What time? Take one more taker if anybody else wants to go. Everybody good?
Well, if you nominated for the wrong reason, so I got work to do.
Happy to do it. So let's do this one sentence again. As a group, as a mishpachah. Uyara.
Uyara.
Alahim.
Alahim.
At.
At.
Ha.
Ha.
Aur.
Aur.
Kai.
Kai.
Tu.
Tu.
Ya.
Ya.
Badal.
Badal.
Alahim.
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 Bani.
Bani.
Ha-Aur.
Ha-Aur.
Bani.
Bani.
Ha.
Kashak.
Kashak. I guess a way to kind of remember the darkness. Kashak. If that. I don't know, my mind works like that. Lots of similarities.
Appreciate you, young man.
Corey, boy.
appreciate you.
Hey, no problem, man. We keep that, we're all good.
I'm actually about to write it down now. Kyle trying to be cool.
You got you good, right?
You was trying to be cool and not write it down?
Yeah, I was
It's okay.
I ain't
Understand. You're not gonna be cool no more? That's what's up.
All right, all right, all right.
You're not gonna be cool no more. I hope nobody else is being cool.
Well, we appreciate the brother, right? Now, try to tie in some of what he said, some of what's on here, and we're gonna have to work it with these things right here. Now, Brother Cole, could you read that for us, please? Read that for us, nigga.
Oh.
We ain't got time.
Hakma. Kakma.
Not just in the English, read it like that. That's how it's going.
Oh, I said hakma. Someone said kakma.
Yeah, because when you look at it in English, that's how you will see it. It's kakma. Now, y'all remember from what last night that what wisdom means? No, I'm talking about the definition of the word kakma. Who remembers what it means?
To discern.
Skill.
Skill.
Skill is one of them. Skill in what? You know what it says skill in? War.
Yeah.
War. The reason why we looking at this right here, because when you sit back and you look at this sentence that he put up here, what he's talking about right now is war. Because you know why we know how he's talking about war? Because he said he separated the light from the darkness. You understand what I'm telling you? You know what that means? He separated those that be of Elohim from those who be not of Elohim. He separated the righteous from the sinner. Death from life. Has to be a separation. The only way that separation can come is this. Now, we see that this word means shamar. Right here, means to keep. The only way that you will be able to have that skillfulness in war is because you kept it, and this one also means to lay up. So you can see these characters, and then we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, it was something that he read in the 44th chapter of Isaiah. Get that one, sir. The 44:1. And you can get me, sir, Ecclesiastes 7 and 9. No, it's a war outside. No man is safe from. So you walking with your head down, scared to look. You shook because ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. See, how many of y'all don't know what that is?
I'm like, that's not Gerard,
That is not 8 Mile. That is not 8 Mile. That's Mobb Deep.
Oh,
That's Queensbridge.
they say
That was not who y'all meant.
No, that's
in the movie.
Yeah, it was.
well, I mean, because that shook. See, when you walking with your head down, scared, that there's no such thing as they never around when the beef starts in my part of town. And when you sit back and look at it, those who don't believe in Yahuwah will never be around when things get real. Because they say ain't no such thing as halfway thugs. Ain't no such thing as a halfway Kadeshim.
He killed it.
Ain't no such thing. You either in or you out. He said, I would rather you be hot or cold. He said, since you are neither hot nor cold but lukewarm, I will spit you out of my mouth. And you know why he gonna spit you out of his mouth? Because you didn't keep his word, you didn't lay it up, and you don't got no wisdom. Simple as that. Come on, sir. Isaiah 44.
Yashiach
44.
And one,
Yeah, go ahead. Give me.
yet now hear,
Hear what?
O Yaakov, my servant,
Yo who?
my servant,
Yo who?
my servant.
Don't servants lay up and keep their master's instructions? Hold that right there, man. Give me Malachi chapter 1 about verse 6, Stanley. Come on with it. Don't those who are servants, don't they keep their master's instructions? He told you in Luke 6 and 46, how you call me master, master, you don't do the things that I say because you're not my servant. He said, he that is of Elohim hears Elohim's words, you hear them not because you are not of Elohim.
said 1 and 6.
Yes, sir.
A son honors his
A
father.
son does what?
Honor his father.
What else he do?
And a servant his master.
His servant do what?
His master.
His what?
His master.
Come on.
If then I be a father.
If he be a what?
If I be a father.
What up?
Where's my honor?
Where my honor at?
And if I be a master, where's my fear?
Oh boy, where's my what?
Where's my fear?
Where's my what?
Where's my fear?
Give me Proverbs 1 and 7, Troy. How y'all gonna sit back and say this man your master, but you don't give him his respect? How you say he your father, but you don't honor him by being outright simple? Come on.
Mashli 1 and 7.
What it say?
The fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of knowledge.
The beginning of what?
Knowledge.
Go ahead.
But fools despise wisdom,
Oh boy.
akakma, and instruction.
Oh boy. He say fools despise skill in war. They despise skill in war. Come back to Isaiah 44. What I told you to get first there?
Ecclesiastes 7:9.
We'll get to that in a minute. Give me Romans chapter 7 about verse 16. See, there's a war going on inside of you. The Ruach is willing, the flesh is weak. How many of y'all think you're weak for your flesh right now? Who's going to be honest and tell the truth? And guess what? If you don't get it right, you're going to hell. You know what I'm saying? You know what that means? That means you don't have the skillfulness and strength for Yahuwah, and you to abstain from that because you're too weak in your flesh. And you know that y'all been doing this entirely too long to be weak in your flesh. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you agree?
I'm thinking pastries.
Pastries. After a while, boy, ain't no weakness because you know what happens when you're weak in the flesh. If you know you're weak in your flesh, it's something that can happen. The right situation or circumstance for the adversary, you'll quit. You know what I'm saying? The right situation or circumstance, you'll quit. Or the right situation or circumstance, you'll get outside of the word easily. Because when you weaken your flesh, that means temptation can overtake you quite easily. You know what I'm saying? When you're strong in the Ruach, the temptations of the flesh, you may be tempted, but you will not lean to them. You know what I'm saying? That's what he say, the Ruach is willing, but the flesh is weak. So you know your flesh is weak for certain things. But if you are weak in the flesh, that means that you have a proclivity to lean to do the things that are of the flesh and not the things that are of Yahuwah.
Let me rephrase, my flesh is weak to pastries. I'm not weak in the flesh.
Oh, you weak to pastries?
I like sweet.
Man, that don't, man, go somewhere, man.
What do you follow?
It can lead to diabetes, which can lead to death.
Man, that's a natural death. Man, nobody worry about dying no natural death. You don't want that second death. Everybody in this room gonna taste the first one.
Huh?
Ain't a man living not gonna taste that first one unless he be alive when the Mashiach return. Come on.
What verse?
Keep them start up where you started, bro.
To fear, or the fear of Yahuwah.
No, Isaiah 44.
Oh, 44.
Now we know the fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of wisdom. That's the beginning of skill. How are you gonna be able to get skill if you don't even respect the man to be able to impart the skill to you?
Yet now hear, O Yaakov,
What do you want him to hear?
my servant.
My servant. Because if I be a master and you be my servant, then where is my fear? Come on.
and Yashrael, whom I have chosen.
Who you have what?
Chosen.
Mm-mm.
Thus saith
What
Yahuwah,
he told?
that made thee and formed thee from the womb,
Where you formed him at?
which will help thee.
Which will do what?
Which will help thee. Fear not, O Yaakov, my servant,
Mm-hmm.
and thou Yasharum, whom I have chosen.
Mm-hmm.
I will pour water upon him that is thirsty.
He'll do what?
I will pour water upon him that is thirsty,
And what else?
and floods upon the dry
And
ground.
what else?
I will pour my ruach upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring.
And what else?
And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the watercourses.
And what else?
One shall say, I am Yahuwah's.
He said he gonna say what?
I am
And what
Yahuwah's.
else he gonna say?
And another shall call himself by the name of Yaakov. And another shall subscribe with his hand unto Yahuwah.
And he'll do what?
He will subscribe with his hand unto Yahuwah, and surname himself by the name of Yashrael.
I'm asking y'all a question. Just going back to what you think that means when he say he'll pour water on him that is what?
Thirsty
And then what else he say he'll pour water where?
on the ground,
On the dry ground. And then what else he say he'll pour that water at?
on the seed.
Now what do y'all think that could mean? What do you think that could mean?
The Ruach.
How so? I'm talking about really sit back and think of me. You know I ain't thinking simplistic. He said I'll pour water on him that is thirsty.
On the dry ground, it makes me think if you pour water on dry ground, that's going to make clay. And we know that we're clay in the Father's hands.
When the Mashiach was on the stage, what did he say? He said, I thirst. He said, I'll pour water. Remember what we looked at last night? He released his excellency, his power, and his dignity. Huh? What?
Say that word.
No, it wasn't, because I ain't done yet. So when you looking at pouring it on the dry ground. Now he right, he say we clay, he say he gonna pour water on the dry ground. What could this mean about pouring water on the dry ground? Stanley, give me Ezekiel 37 right now. There you go. Troy, give me John chapter 5, verse 25.
Still get Ezekiel 37?
Yeah. Well, we looking at it when he talking about pouring water on the dry ground. Obviously, if he said he was thirsty, he was parched, he didn't have no water. You know what I'm saying? The ground was dry. All you got to do is look back, dry ground. Just go back and look at 1 Kings, the 18th chapter, when he held back rain for 3.5 years, and he didn't give no rain until a righteous man by the name of Elijah did what? Prayed earnestly. And then what happened when he caused it to do? What happened when he took that bullock and put it up on that wood, and that he caused it to rain? That's why he say, confess your faults one to another and pray for one another, because the prayer of a righteous man avail much. You know what I'm talking about? You know what's stupid? A nigga go ask a sinner to pray for them. How dumb can that be? How dumb can that be? Pray for me, brother. Nigga, you ain't even being heard. I ain't being heard. So we all just doomed. Straight up, people do it every day.
Oh, I agree. Then some sinners want you to pray with them.
You know what I'm talking about? I wouldn't dare. I'm not putting, man, I used to be in prison, niggas be like, get in the prayer circle with me, man. I'm not locking hands with you niggas. Number one, because I don't know where you niggas' hands been. And number two, you niggas disgusting. You niggas evil. Hey, boy, I'm telling you, boy, I was locked up, boy. Dude had niggas in the dorm, tied in trays, commissary, and everything. Them niggas tied in the jailhouse. Nigga, we in the county now. 500 East Adams. Real talk, man. Dude used to be standing in the prayer line in a circle, and when everybody else had their head down, he would be looking and watching them niggas. And when them niggas got their bag, got the bomb through the flap, them niggas go straight to his room.
There you go, bro.
You know what I'm saying? He tell them niggas to fast, but he don't fast. You know what I'm talking about? So when they get a lunch tray, dinner tray, breakfast tray, they coming to him. Car got trays stacked up like this here. If you ever been in a Duval County jail, boy, you already know, boy, you ain't eating right. You ain't eating right. You hear me? You're not eating right. Nigga running the game on. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I'll tell you, boy, that's why I don't trust damn nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Boy, talking about this with this word. I don't trust. Boy, nigga tell me anything they want to say out their mouth. Boy, I do not believe you. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to show me. I ain't gonna, on that one there, I'm gonna wait for it and see. Not with this right here, I ain't waiting for nothing. I don't believe nothing you say. I done seen too many sour niggas. Boy, you know how many sour churches it is in Duval County? You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know about that church where they had that man touching them little girls. He got out of prison. I was locked up when the nigga got locked up. I got more time than him. I ain't touched nobody. This nigga got probation, nigga, for sleeping with young girls. Nigga, all I did was sell crack. I get more time than him. That nigga supposed to got 3 times as much time as I got.
God-forsaken man.
You know what I'm talking about? And this was a black man. This ain't no Caucasian now. And guess what happened when he got out? They put him in another church to keep on preaching.
girl, she got paid, she got a little check, she was riding a little Lexus school.
Tell you now. Tell you now. He ran, I'm talking about, he like this here, ain't no just molesting, boy, he going knee deep. On the regular. On the regular. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to that word, boy, I don't care what you say out your mouth, boy, you have to show me, boy. I done seen too many niggas before the word, and since I was dealing with it, full of crap. I don't trust you.
Even more sense.
You know what I'm saying? That's just me though. I ain't saying you got to think, I'm talking about me.
I'm saying, I'm seeing it myself.
Go
I got
ahead.
a quick question though about this, Isaiah 44.
Yeah.
Because, I heard somebody say, what they say, like surname.
Oh, that's all about the Masha. You ain't got no business giving your name.
That's spiritual, right?
Yeah, that's his name. Yasha, what's Yasharal mean, gentlemen?
He who rules with Elohim.
And what else did he do? He that rules with Elohim, and with Elohim and man thou hast prevailed. You know what I'm saying? You have overcame. When you sit back and look at it, he say, everyone that name the name of a Mashiach, let him depart from evil. Because if you name the name of Yasharal, you better have overcame. He say he knows them that are his. That's the key thing that y'all don't realize. Y'all thinking that certain people you come across are his. He already knows that nigga's not mine. I don't know him. You work of iniquity.
Can you break down what it means by as far as to subscribe with a pen?
Yeah, I got that. Please. Got you. Come on, sir.
37 what?
9. Make it 7.
So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise.
What was that noise?
And behold, a shaking.
A what?
And a shaking.
And a what?
And a shaking.
And what else?
And the bones came together.
They came together.
Bone to his bone.
Bone to bone.
And when I beheld, lo, this
You know what a sinew is?
nah.
Y'all know what sinews is?
Those are the things that actually bind them.
That's
Is that
flesh.
joint the boat? Oh yeah.
Sinews is ligaments, tissue. That's flesh. Ligaments and tissue. That's flesh though. So guess what you sitting back looking at? Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Ye are his members, one of another. Huh? What you think he said back he rose from the dead? He say, handle me. Ruachs don't have flesh and bone as you see me have. Because he poured water on the dry ground. You sitting back the same thing. You supposed to have water poured on the dry ground. You was out water. That's water on the dry ground. This man talking about raising him up from the dead. Raising you up from the dead. But guess what? You still dead and you living. Can't go out like that. Come on, sir.
And the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them.
Skin covered him from above. He just spit that in his rap, right? Since you spit that in your rap, you stay right where you at. You hold your John chapter 5, verse 25. 1 Corinthians 15, 55, Troy. Because guess what? You already know in 1 Corinthians 15, he said what? Flesh different from flesh. He said there's a flesh for birds, there's a flesh for beasts. There's a natural flesh, there's a spiritual flesh. Say the first Adam was made a living soul, the second Adam was made a quickening ruach. So you sit back looking at it, he took the bones, he took the sinew, fashioned them on the body, but it wasn't no breath in them. How is he going to do that unless he poured the water on the dry ground?
I felt it interesting that Paul also mentioned that terrestrial and celestial.
So you know what that is?
Yeah, what is that?
Heavenly, earthly.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That is celestial is that is of Shamahim. That is terrestrial is of the earth. Which one are you?
Terrestrial terror.
See, I thought of,
Which one are you? That's what you sit back and look at, right? You sit back and look at it. That's why he say separating the light from the darkness. That's what we looked at Wednesday. There's no communion between light and darkness. There's no agreement between Mashiach and Belial. How can anybody be of the Ruach and be down with somebody who's carnal, except that you're not of the Ruach, you're carnal? You know what I'm saying? That's the only way.
You don't agree with their ways, and you know they
You can't, light and darkness does not agree. It say Elohim is light and no part darkness. So if you of Elohim, you ain't going to have no agreement with nothing that is of him or those that are not of him. There's no way in the world I could go sit in the Sunday church and agree with these people. Ain't no way in the world I could go to that mosque on St. John Bluff and agree with these people. Ain't no way I can sit back and go hang with my homeboys like I used to back in the day. Because they don't do what I do. I don't agree with what you agree with. Ain't no way. It's going to be impossible. The only way I can be able to do that because I'm a sinner like them. Because I shouldn't even think, people don't even feel comfortable being around me. A sinner don't feel comfortable being around me. You know what I'm talking about? I don't feel comfortable being around them. So you know what ends up happening? I don't go around. Come on.
So I prophesied as he commanded me.
You did what?
So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and stood up on their feet,
And what did they
an
say?
exceedingly great army. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Yasharal. Behold, they say, our bones are dried
They're
up.
what?
They are dried
They're
up.
what?
They are dried up.
Oh, man. Go ahead.
And our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts.
You know why he said they were dried up? Because he had to pour that water on them. 1 Corinthians 15:55. You go back to what you have. You can get John 5:25 while he said we dried up, our hope is lost. You know in Ezekiel 33, you know what he told him? He said, if we pine away in our iniquities, how will we come up out of it? You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, boy, y'all might have seen me weak like this here talk, but boy, my flesh wasn't weak because I was not going to lean to it. I don't care what damn one of y'all thought. Honestly, you couldn't have known me too well. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm stronger than I look. You know what I'm talking about? That's physically and spiritually. You know what I'm talking about? Don't never think that one there, boy. I ain't going back. I know what I came from. I know I ought to be dead or with at least or still sitting in prison. You know what I'm saying? You know the state asked to give me 12 years. So I would still be in prison right now or at work release or maybe just getting out if they would have got the amount of time that they asked for. You know what I'm saying? On the real. So ain't no going back. You know what I'm saying? Then sit back and look at it. Go to the world, go to the flesh, and go to hell. You already live hell. Why would I go back to that? Come on.
O death, where is thy sting?
Mm-hmm. Back me up to 52 then. You know what we want. I want the verse you spit in your right.
In a moment,
Read verse.
verse 50, let's start at verse 52, 1 Corinthians 15:52.
Come on.
In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye,
We shall be what?
at the last trump,
What'll happen?
for the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed.
Ain't that what we just seen in Ezekiel 37? How was that possible? Because he poured water on the dry ground. Go ahead.
For this corruptible must put on incorruption,
Yeah.
and this mortal must put on immortality.
That's what they were doing in Ezekiel 37. You know how that's going to have to be done? That light got to be separated from that darkness. There's going to have to be a separation. The only way that's going to happen is if you keep and lay up this man's word to a train this skill, to get that kokomok, to get that wisdom. Come on.
So when this corruptible shall have put on corruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
What?
Death is swallowed up in victory.
Go ahead.
O death, where is thy sting?
Where's that sting at?
O grave, where is your victory?
Where is your victory?
The sting of death is sin.
The sting of death is what?
Sin. And the strength of sin is
What?
the Torah.
You know what it is? The sting of death is sin. Sin gonna bring forth death. The strength of it is to obey the word. You can overcome sin. Read that John 5:25 and what else we have. It just came from here. You can get it.
Truly,
Something else we were looking at.
Ecclesiastes
It
7.
wasn't that one else. Y'all will come.
Truly, truly, I say unto you, the hour is coming, and now is, when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of Elohim, and they that hear shall live. For as the Father hath life in himself, so have given to the Son to have life in himself, and have given him authority to execute judgment
Execute
also.
what?
To execute judgment also.
Uh-huh.
But he is the Son of Man.
Uh-huh.
Marvel not at this, for the hour is coming.
The hour is what?
For the hour is coming.
The hour is what?
For the hour is coming, in the which all that are in the grave shall hear his voice,
And what's gonna happen?
and shall come forth, they that have done good unto the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil unto the resurrection of
Now you gotta sit
damnation.
back and look at it, man. Which one you gonna get up from? Which one is gonna be? Because he said he gonna pour water on the dry ground. He said he gonna pour water on the dry ground. He gonna give water in him that third. Troy, give me Revelation 22 and 17.
Which one you looking for? Shamar is 300, no, 740. Shamar is 740.
That's 5. Value is 5.
Aleph, Bet, Shamar, Bet.
That's not Shamar, right?
I know, it's Shamar.
Just look at the value of each letter, but I'm talking about the number 3. You see what that? That's the.
Should be 72, right?
No, that's 73. I'm just looking for the number 3, and I got my 73. Go ahead.
Revelations 22:17. And the Ruach and the bride say, Come.
Come.
And let him that heareth say, Come.
And what else?
And let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely.
Let him do what?
Take the water of life
He said,
freely.
he that's thirsty, he'll pour water on him, right? That's what he told him, right? You thirsty, ain't you? Better get you some water of life freely then. But come on back, you want to look at that subscribing on the hands. Get me Yukonon chapter 20, verse 27. Get back Isaiah 44 again, so I can read again.
You can not, you said what?
20 and 27.
John 20 and 27.
Mm-hmm.
Then said he to Thomas,
What he told him.
Reach hither thy finger,
And you're what?
reach hither thy
And
finger,
do what with
and
it?
behold my hands,
Behold what?
and behold my hands,
And behold what?
and behold my hands.
We already read, didn't Tell already read in Psalm 22 what they said they did with his hand? What they said they did to him?
Pierced it.
They pierced him, right? Read it, Isaiah 44 again, sir.
Isaiah 44:5.
Go ahead.
One shall say, I am Yahuwah's, and another shall call himself by the name of
So I'm
Yaakov.
talking about the verse where he said he subscribed his hand.
And another shall subscribe with his hand unto Yahuwah,
He will subscribe to his hands unto Yahuwah.
and surname himself by the name of
Now I'm gonna ask
Yahshua.
y'all a question. Where can we read in the word talking about subscribe means to write something, right?
Yeah, with a diamond tip.
With a dime. You know what? Since you said that, Jeremiah 17 and 1. Exodus, Shemot 28, about verse 14.
I was thinking of what you asked. You said Jeremiah what?
17 and 1. And we'll come back and get Isaiah 49 and 14. You know what it's talking about? You written on the palm of his hand. That's why he said he knows those that are his. We're going to see how he knows those that are his. That's what you sit back looking at. Everybody's not his.
17.
And 1. Jeremiah. Let's get it.
Then the sin of Yehuda is written with a pen of iron.
Woo! It's written what?
With a pen of
He
iron.
said they pierced my hands and my feet, right? Subscribed him on his hands. It's written with a pen of iron. We done looked at it before. What nails made out of? Let's get it.
And with the point of a diamond.
Woo! You know what a diamond is? On the mold, any of y'all familiar with the Mohs hardness scale?
That's the carats of the diamond.
No.
The hardness of
You got a 1 through 10 of substances. A diamond is a 10 on the Mohs hardness scale. That means it cut glass. That's how you know if you got you a real diamond or not. If it don't cut glass, it's fugazi. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what that means, that's a real term now.
I know Fugazi, I'm from the Bay.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. See, you want your diamond shining like blue lasers. You know what I'm talking about? Like this here, like you pull out your bezel, nigga ask you what time it is, and they can't even see. We feel like Jada, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing that you can tell time on. That's just how much diamond. In all seriousness, though, if you get a diamond and you want to know if it's real, cut some glass. If it don't cut glass, it ain't real. You know what I'm saying? I bought him a bottle watch on the street one time. I took the diamonds out and let me see what it do. Cut my glass tail. I said, okay, we got it, son. Because if it wasn't, I still was going to wear it, though. I ain't paid up to $20 for it. You know what I'm
So you
saying?
cut your glass.
I mean, the smoker was trying to get off of it. I paid a dub rock for it.
Hey, I was watching a documentary. They said like gold, like the stars like burst and then it comes to the earth and then
Stardust.
Stardust.
So we're, like you're saying, we are the...
No, he's saying
No, that's what.
Man, you been on the Stardust, I know as a wrestler.
No, he said he said gold
Stardust.
No, gold come from the ground.
I know it comes
It's
from
an
the ground.
iron. It's
But
an
now
iron.
they were
Well, he's saying
saying,
that the way that element gets to earth is
yeah,
through stars.
through the stars. That's what I was.
Everything, the sword, everything comes from.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like with rocks, we know that.
It all comes from minerals, it all comes from above.
Yeah.
But y'all, hey, that's good enough. Hey, you got that little shirt on today?
Nah, I got a big shirt on.
You show, let me see. Oh, you got the line on? You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Hey, that ain't what, like this here, bold as a lion. Paul said out to speak the word boldly. He said the righteous bold as a lion. The wicked flee when no man pursue.
Proverbs 28:1, just to be exact.
You know what I'm saying? You wonder why sinners be dipping and bucking. Ain't nobody chasing you, nigga. You running because your sin is being exposed with your wicked self. Come on, finish that out for me.
It is a graven upon the table of their heart.
It's written well.
On the table of their heart.
He said your sin is written on the table of your heart. Boy, I seen that too, boy. What, Tyler, you been feeding that boy stomach punching out. You been feeding.
Of course. I've been working out, like I said, like patience.
Yeah, patience. You should be making you taste.
Granddaddy struck.
I won't lie. Okay, so we had this last week. She made like this cookie with this cream cheese on top, with fruit cut on top. But then I got nasty with it.
Oh, of course, you be 320 pounds.
When I got a peanut butter cookie, and I put it on the bottom and some bananas on it, and then I got a triple chocolate, like just extra fudge brownie, and put it on top.
Yeah.
And then got some ice cream with it. I ate 2 bowls, and then I just felt this.
He said he went to his flesh with that.
Yeah.
I you ain't said it. Eat how you want to eat. I ain't mad at that. I'm trying to get gains. I can't eat like that, so I ain't got to worry about it. Eat like that. You can't eat like that. Can't eat like that. That's gonna make all that deadlifting and squatting in vain.
I started riding my bicycle.
School of bicycle, riding weights. Come on.
And upon the horns of your altars, whistle their children, remember their
That's good. That's good. That's good. Read that Exodus 28. Get me Isaiah 49 and 14. Y'all sit back and look at it, right? He said your sin is written on. See, guess what that means? Guess what? This is what we were talking about last night. Why do you think the man gonna come back and murder you? Because every time he look at his hands, he see your transgression right there. Every time he look at his hands, every time he look at his side, every time he look at his feet, he see your wicked behind. He was standing out there like, crucify, we want Barabbas. You sit back and look at it, boy. If you choose a sinner over a righteous man, you sin. Every time. You sit back and look at it, because when the time comes, that's what the people gonna do again. When there's a righteous man and these people snatch, they gonna say, man, kill that nigga and give me that nigga right there. We already know from Numbers 35, boy, that's sin. Because anybody who a transgressor is a murderer. We have to sit back and ain't nobody gonna tell us that though. You know how serious that is, that when this man come back and he look at his hand, he look at you.
Your mama's a murderer.
Grandma in the grave is a murderer.
Mine.
Great granddad is a murderer. Your mama's a murderer. Your brother, your sister, your cousin, your baby was a murderer. And you got to ask yourself, are you a murderer? Are you a murderer? We know the law say a murderer should not live. Go ahead and hit it for it, Troy. No, I'm talking about, you know y'all impression. They say everybody a murderer. Go ahead and hit it for one time. You know what he just said?
Ain't that time? Wait, shut up!
That nigga's a fool.
Ain't that time? That time.
I mean, that's going rough. That's rough. Nigga's so fool. Go ahead, man. You know he can impersonate anybody.
You know that? Oh man, you look lost.
Yeah, they be doing that on that.
It said, Shamut 28 and 4. And these are the garments which they shall make, a breastplate and an ephod and a robe.
Drop down to 12. I want to read all.
Verse 12. And thou shalt put the 2 stones upon the shoulders of the ephod.
Put the 2 stones. This is something we done dealt with before. Some of y'all wasn't with it. If he got the 2 stones on the shoulder, what that mean he got on the shoulder?
Bird.
The bird. So what that mean he got on the shoulder?
Issachar.
That's true indeed, but who he got on the shoulder? What he got on the shoulder?
Sins.
Not just that there. What did he literally, physically put on his shoulder?
The
Stake. So guess what that means you got to do? Pick up your stake, put it on your shoulder, mean carry your sins on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? That meaning you know what you carrying them sins on your shoulder for? Because you know you finna go to the spot the way you gonna do this here and get rid of them. Huh? Because that means you finna go die, which is what he was talking about. You're not gonna regard your flesh, you're gonna go die. Why? Because you're gonna separate the light from the darkness. That's what y'all don't sit back and realize what this thing is about. Separation. I'm talking about, it don't matter if it's Kadesh, it don't matter if it's sanctified. You know what I'm talking about? Alrighty then. This thing about setting yourself apart. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
And thou shalt put the 2 stones upon the shoulders of the ephod for stones of a memorial.
For a what?
A memorial.
And what else?
Unto the Ban Yashrael. And Aharon shall bear their names before Yahuwah upon his 2 shoulders for a memorial.
We didn't read it go up to about 10 then. We want to read where he told you to write it on the stone. Because what you going to need to write on stone with? Ain't you going to need something sharp? You're going to need some iron in it. You need some diamonds. That diamond going to pit, you can't do that with. You can't around here, you can't get no regular rock, can't get no pebble. You need something sharp.
Cubic zirconium,
Because cubic zirconia just won't do. Now they got something called Dominique. Say those are not Rolex diamonds. What you done to that? Come on.
Go to verse 9. And thou shalt take the 2 onyx stones and grave on them the names of
And
the
do
bond
what
Yashar.
with them?
Grave or
And
cut,
grave them.
or cut on the name
And cut on them.
of the bond Yashar.
Don't y'all realize they cut that man's hands up, that man's name, your name was engraved on his hand. See, it's a twofold thing. Give me out, read Isaiah 49 and 14.
It says the onyx stone.
But Zion said,
What did they say?
the Elohim have forsaken me.
He has abandoned me. But you know what, son? Y'all don't abandon nobody. See, you abandon him. So when you abandon him, he abandoned you. He said, you don't want me, I don't want you. You don't love me, I don't love you. You hate me, I hate you. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? Y'all is that cut and dry. There is no in between.
No guessing.
No guessing. He go by, he move how you move. You love me, I love you. You need me, I need you. You reject me, I reject you. It's just that simple. Come on.
And my Elohim have forgotten me. Can a woman forget her suckling child?
Say, guess what? You got a baby, you gonna forget he hungry. Unless you's a foot-dragging, maggot, 2-dog boy.
That she should not have a compassion on the son of her womb?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they may forgot, yet will I not
He said,
forget
I ain't
thee.
forgot.
Behold,
What?
I have graven thee upon the palms of my
He done
hands.
told you, Isaiah done told you twice about this man's hands getting pierced. So why you won't pierce your hands to have this man engraving on your hand? Since I said that, Galatians 2 and 16, Troy. Stanley, get me first Timothy chapter 2. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and about verse 15. 2 Timothy 2 and 15. That helped you out, that's it? With Isaiah 44?
Oh yeah, come on. I thought about it right after.
Yeah, I know. I had to make sure it was clear for you. You gotta say, we gotta get to the point, man. We gotta get to the point like this here, man. You tell him like Pac. You know what Pac told him? Picture me rolling.
Picture me rolling.
Picture me rolling. You too young for that. Rolling. And my 500 beans.
Oh, see, when I hear rolling, I think like you biting down on a bean.
No. Pac said,
That's
picture me rolling my 500 beans.
Are you
I ain't got no
rolling?
love for these niggas. Ain't no need to be friends.
Yeah, Mike.
You know what I'm saying? They got me under surveillance. That's what somebody will tell them. They said dope being sold, but I ain't the one selling. You know what I'm saying? You want to sit back and you want people to tell, picture me rolling right in through them gates. Picture me rolling. I ain't talking about like what Pac was just talking about, I'm getting out of prison. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna stun on you niggas. You know what I'm talking about? I don't mess with them, but you heard the key thing what he said is, I ain't got no love for you niggas, ain't no need to be friends. I ain't got no love for no sinner, ain't no need to be friends. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need. Be friends for what? You know what I'm talking about? But I'm talking about, but at the same time, that's what you want to express to people, man. Picture me rolling right through these gates. Entering into the kingdom of Shamayim. What you say on your song? What you say on the hook, Troy? What you trying to get to? You trying to get on high. Remember what Nehemiah said, I'm not coming down to you, you're going to have to come up to meet me. I'm performing a great work. You know what I'm saying? Come on, sir.
Galatians?
Yes, sir. 2 and
Galatians
16.
2 and 16.
Make it 15, I'm feeling
15. We who are the Yahudim by nature are not sinners of the Goyim.
He said, we that are Yahudim are not what?
Sinners.
By what?
Nature.
He said, that ain't even in us to live like that. Say we definitely don't mess with no heathen, no unbeliever. That ain't even in us to be like that. Come on.
We who are of the Yahudim by nature are not sinners of the Goyim, of the Gentile, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the Torah, but by the faith of Yahushua HaMashiach. Even we have believed in Yahushua HaMashiach, that we might be justified by the faith of the Mashiach, and not by the works of the law.
Whatever.
For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified.
And whatever.
But if, while we seek to be justified,
so if you seeking to be justified by faith, what happened? What he say?
by Mashiach, we ourselves also are found sinners.
Now how you gonna seek to be justified by faith and be a transgressor? You know what ended up happening? You know what we can tie that in at? Finish the verse so I see when y'all see what we can tie that in at. You should know, I'm talking about out the Torah too.
if we seek to be justified by the Mashiach, we ourselves are found sinners. Is therefore the Mashiach the minister of sin?
What he say?
Y'all forbid.
No, you don't say y'all forbid.
Elohim forbid.
Y'all got to read it like it say. Just don't be calling the man name, just be calling the man name. If the man name ain't there, don't read it there. Read what's there.
For if I build again the
Hold
things...
on. Now where can we look at in the Torah where we can see that? While we were seeking to be justified by faith, but we were found sinners.
The prostitute, she was justified by faith, and I think she.
No, he say while we seek to be justified by faith when we be found sinners, is Mashiach the minister or the teacher of sin? Elohim forbid. Who's sitting out here know where you can sit back and you can read while they were seeking to be justified by faith but were found sinners? And was the Most High teaching them to sin? All you got to do is sit back and look at the wilderness.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say
They were seeking to be justified by Mashiach by the faith in him in the wilderness, but they were found sinners. Was Yahuwah teaching them to sin?
No.
Absolutely not. They chose to sin. They chose to want to cleave to the people of the land. They chose to want to go back because they were children whom had no faith. They didn't believe. See, that's you got vain worship. See, vain worship is showing up on the Shabbat. But you wicked every day. You ain't no different than a Sunday Christian. You wicked every other day of the week. Your heart wicked, your ways wicked. I'm talking about everything is wicked. And you just feel like, because I don't eat no swine, and I show up on the Shabbat, and I show up on these feasts, you're going to make it. But in actuality, you don't believe. Because if you believe, your whole mentality would be different. Everything you do would be drastically different. Because you would follow the way that Yah has paved and set. You wouldn't follow your own way. That's why he said there's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end of it is death. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Say, for if I build again...
If I build again...
the things which I have destroyed...
All y'all got to do is go back and look at Mizraim. They wanted to go back. The place he destroyed, they wanted to go back. Come on.
I make myself a sinner or transgressor.
Woo. What did they make themselves in the way? Who was he displeased with? Those who had sinned. You know what I'm saying? That's what knowing the law will do for you. It gives you understanding where this stuff come from, and it opens your understanding. And you know why I have the ability to be able to do that? Because praise be to Yah by Yahushua Mashiach. See, I laid his word up in my heart. I savon, right? And then I shamar because I decided to keep it. And because I decided to keep it, it gave me wisdom so I can have skill to know how to go to war. I can discern between good and evil because I'm a full age. I'm not a baby. I ain't sucking on no titty. Come on.
For I, through the Torah, am dead to the law, that I might live...
So I, through Hamashiach, am dead to dust you off. Dust you shall return. Come on.
That I might live unto Elohim.
Live to the Most High.
I am crucified with the Mashiach.
You what?
Crucified.
So if you crucified with a Mashiach, guess what that means? You took your sins, right? And you got a diamond pen and you wrote them on your hands. So every time you would look at them, you would know that I'm dead unto sin, but live under a Mashiach. You actually would look at your hand and be like, you know what? I live for him now. I don't live for myself. I judge if one has died, then thus we all died. And if one has died, then we should live for him who died, but better yet, has risen from the dead. Who do you live for? You live for yourself or you live for Elohim? Who do you live for? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't live for you and him. You're going to have to live for him. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't live for him, then you know what you actually are? You're an idolater. Because you're stubborn. You your own God. What I got you on?
2 Timothy 2:15.
2 Timothy 2:15. Give me a second again. We'll sit back and think about that. If you living for yourself, you are your own God. That was on the other day. Last week, matter of fact. He showed you, idolater, your soul is required in hell. Put that bullet right on there. You know what I'm saying? You know, we were talking about this earlier, right? In 1 Kings 18, you know what Elijah told him? He said, if Yahuwah be Elohim, serve him. But if Baal, serve him. And you know what happened to the people who went and served Baal? When they made their decision, they made their choice, he killed them. Took the sword to him. Ha! Because you got to sit back and look at it. You got to make the right choice. Because if you choose the wrong, you going to die. You going to die. The book show you that. He said, who you going to choose? And you know what the people said once they seen the sacrifice get burned up? Yah is Elohim. I want to hear Yah Elohim now, nigga. You should have been knowing. You should have been knowing. It should have took me doing all that for you to know that. But guess what? Don't worry about it. You ain't had no faith. You're going to get the reward that Baal did. You'll sit back and realize that. That's what we were talking about earlier, man. This man will let you walk in an incorrect way for a good long season before he crack your head.
Long suffering.
You know what I'm saying? And before he crack your head, you know what I'm talking about? You're going to be thinking everything lovely. And boy, once that don't, wow. See, I learned that in the world. So I didn't even want to experience that in the world. Because I'm telling you, man, when I told you that last night, boy, about 14 years ago, boy, I was finna take off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't trying to be no drug lord, but it seemed like, boy, you finna start touching bricks. Like, you finna really start making money. Wow, I let you eat for a little season, took it all away. Just like that. Wow. And that season lasted long. It lasted well over a year before he actually stopped it. You know what I'm saying? This man will let you go in a way that you think that's his the whole time. He waiting to bust you upside your head.
But when you walk in your own way, you're not even worried about it.
You ain't even worried about it. You ain't even worried about it. So you ain't never even gonna see it coming. And when it comes, BOOM! You gonna be like, sleep. Wondering what happened. Picking up teeth off the floor. Go ahead.
Study to show thyself approved unto
Well, it's 1 Timothy
Elohim.
2:15.
Oh, 1 Timothy.
No, I said 2 Timothy. It wasn't that. No. I mean, I'm being serious, man. We have to be really aware of that, boy. Because, boy, you choose wrong, boy, that could be it. That could be your end, boy. You choose wrong, boy, it could be costly. That's why he said, how long you halt between two opinions. If Yahuwah be Elohim, serve him. But if Baal, serve him. Come on.
Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing.
Well, they're going back to 2 Timothy 2:19. That's what it is. My apologies.
2 Timothy 2:19. Nevertheless, the foundation of Elohim stands
The
sure.
foundation, did we read about the foundation last night? Say he set a foundation of clay. And then he said he made a sure foundation. Chief cornerstone, right? Come on.
Foundation of Elohim stands sure.
What about?
Having this seal.
What's the seal?
The Elohim knows them that are
You
his.
know them that are his.
And let everyone that name the name of Yahushua depart from iniquity.
Oh, read it like it says. Don't say you.
And let everyone that name the name of Mashiach depart from iniquity.
You got to read it like it says. You know what I'm saying? Because he's saying if you let him name the name of Mashiach, you know, we could go in multiple different directions with that because he has multiple different names. That's why you just can't say Yahushua. He Yahushua, that means Yah delivers. He's also Yasharal, that means he that had power to rule as hell. He's also Jerusalem, which is the city of Shalom. He also Ariel. He also Adam. You know what I'm saying? He's also Abraham. He's also Isaac. He's also Jacob. You know what I'm saying? He's all of these things. You know what I'm talking about? That's why he say when you come to baptize in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Ruach HaKodesh, which is symbolizing Abraham. What does Abraham mean? Exalted father, right? Then he got Isaac, and what does Isaac mean? He who laughed. And Jacob mean what? We're going to sit back there, we're going to take it and give him the name he got changed to, Yasharal.
He who rules.
Because we got to put that and put Yasharal, because Yasharal, the son, or the Ruach HaKodesh, is the dispersion, or the children, which is what Jacob produced, which is the children. You know what I'm saying? So when you turn around and look at it, you name yourself after Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That means you serve the exalted Father who laughed, because we know he said that you would, those that sowed in tears would laugh. Remember when we looked at that? You'll come into Jerusalem and you'll laugh. Because all your former troubles have been passed away. That's why he say, behold, I make all things new. You know what I'm talking about? So if you're supposed to be in Mashiach, you're supposed to be new. You ain't supposed to be thinking or doing or going what you did before you died. If you did, that means you didn't die. That means you just got wet. You know what I'm saying? You just got wet. That's vain worship. You know what I'm saying? He said they worship me in vain, going after the doctrines and commandments of men. And usually those doctrines and commandments of men are just not the teachings of men, but your own feeling. That's why he say he that trusts in his heart is a fool. The heart is desperately wicked and deceitful above all things. So you're supposed to trust in the mind of Mashiach and let him guide you and let him lead you. Not lead and guide yourself. Then you your own God. That's what all of us have to be. All of us got to look at that. You know, I done told you that it don't matter what the man want me to do. If he wanted me to stop preaching, I'll stop preaching. If he wanted me to keep going, I'll keep going. If he wanted me to leave Jacksonville and go to Portland, Oregon, if he wanted me to be single, I'll be single. If he wanted me to be married, I'll be married. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? My personal choice and desire means absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? What his will is more important. Because my will and his will might not be on the same page. So guess who will's supposed to win out? His. Because my will is going to kill me. His will is going to save me. Which one am I going to choose? That's why he say, how long you going to halt between two opinions? Like I done told y'all before, man. Man, I dealt with a woman about 4 or 5 years ago. I ain't want to deal with that woman. I dealt with her for his sake, not for mine. I did not take all that time sitting down teaching this woman all this word, texting her all this word, going through all that just because I just wanted her so bad. You know how frustrating that is? To sit down and deal with somebody, and I'm talking about take the time out of your day on a regular basis. It's a million and one things that I could be doing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a million and one things I could be doing. But instead I'm sitting here with you, taking you through something that you don't even want to do. I look this woman in her face and say, boy, I'm scared for you. She said, why? I said, well, I think that man's something. He around here for you to go to hell. The only thing good came out of that situation is my skills got sharpened dealing with her. Like real sharp. Because I was in the word daily, regularly, all the time. Digging and fishing stuff out for her sake. You know what I'm saying? I learned how high priest can't marry no whore and how this man had to die and take his wife back through her. This 2011. Dealing with her. Sat right in her face and say, you know what? A high priest can't marry no whore. She looking at me like, well, what you trying to be? I said, I ain't talking about us. You thought I was talking about me? Because you know you're a whore. I know you're a whore. Shoot, everybody who knows you knows this. This is not a military secret. You know what I'm saying? You were a prostitute. You know what I'm talking about? But you thought I was talking about you. Because you know what your problem is. You know what it is. You spend too much time in the natural. I ought to be up here in the spiritual. See, a lot of times I be saying stuff to y'all. Y'all think I be thinking naturally. I don't be thinking naturally. I be well beyond that. I'm past that. I'm not past that because I'm better than anybody. It's just process of time and application. You know what I'm saying? There has to come a time, a process of time and application. You move beyond the flesh as far as thinking on it and acting on it. The flesh is always going to be present with you. Praise y'all that was Romans 7. Go ahead. Matter of fact, give me Romans 7:16. I got to get you to read. Because I'm going to say this here because she asked me that the other day. She was like, will the flesh ever go away? The flesh will never go away. It'll always be present with you. You know what I'm saying? It will always be present with you. If he take the flesh away, then what battle do you have to fight? You would be nothing but a robot. You know what I'm saying? He got to leave something there to prove you. Remember he say thorns and thistles will the ground give up, right? Thorns and thistles prick you and mess with you, right? Flesh always gonna trouble. Go ahead, sir. Romans 7:16, Matthew 26 and 40. Matter of fact, before you read Romans 7:16, give me Genesis 3 and 17, and then he'll read Matthew 26. That's what he's talking about, separating the light from the darkness. You're gonna have to separate the ruach from the flesh. You feel me? You're gonna have to separate it. And then you're gonna have to sit back and look at which one will you serve? Because the carnal mind is enmity against the law of Elohim, but it's not subject to it, neither indeed can be. So therefore, those that are in the flesh can't do what?
Please Elohim.
You know what I'm saying? He said the carnal mind is what? No, I'm saying he said the son's split. He said a carnal mind is what? Death. And a spiritual mind is what? And what else?
Peace in you.
There you go. There you go. That's what we got to look at. What mind you got? All right, listen. Come on.
And unto Adam,
Listen.
Bereshit 3 and 17.
Thank you.
And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife,
He said, because you listened to your wife to go ahead and transgress against me
and hast eaten of the tree,
and did exactly what I told you not to do.
of which I command thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake, and sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall bring forth, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field.
He said, what'll come forth?
Thorns and thistles.
Thorns and thistles. Don't give me 2 Corinthians chapter 12, probably about verse 5. Go ahead, sir. Matthew 26 and 40.
Watch and pray that you enter not into the
Do
temple.
what? Now, what did we read the other day that which one of these words or these three words up here means watch? Shamar.
Oh,
No, I'm talking about what we went through.
okay.
Shamar means to watch too, don't it? So that means if you were keeping the Torah, you would be watching. You know why you would be watching? Because you would be able Because you had done kept the word, it would produce that wisdom. And then you would have skill to go to war. That makes a lot of sense, don't it? Come on, sir.
Then you're gonna know when it's time to war.
Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation.
Why is that?
The Ruach indeed is willing,
But
but
what
the
else?
flesh is weak.
Come on, Troy. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 5. Put this name right here. Stanley, give me 2 Corinthians chapter 10 about brother. You got to know how to go to war. You know, he tell you that in Telahim, right? Yah has taught my hands to war, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about? I think that's about Telahim 144, if I'm not mistaken. We might look at it. Come on. I didn't want you to know how to go to war.
2 Corinthians 12 and 5.
Yes, sir.
Of such an one will I esteem,
He will esteem.
yet of myself I will not esteem.
I won't esteem myself. That go along with what Pell was looking at. Don't regard your flesh. And Marshall didn't esteem himself. Come on.
But in mine infirmities.
I'm a esteem my weaknesses. See, y'all didn't sit back and look at, man, when they were going through all that there, man, Troy, did I not tell you what the weaknesses were? Did I not tell you, Little Stanley? Didn't I tell you? What was I glorying in? In them infirmities, right? So you didn't even sit back and look at what I was going through. You could have pulled a book out of it. Why do you think I came back around and told you and preached about it? That I could actually take what I was going through and use that for the word. Maybe you can learn something from it. Do the same thing. Come on.
For though I would desire to esteem, I shall be not a fool.
See, I wasn't no fool. That's why I went ahead and just gloried in my infirmities instead of glorying in myself. See, I wasn't no fool. Come on.
I will say the truth.
He'll tell the truth.
I forbear lest any man should think of me above that which he seeth me to be, or that he hear of me.
Go ahead.
And lest I should be exalted above measure.
Above measure. See, you know why I'm able to do certain things like that? Because I just done laid the word up. Even when their flesh be raising, the word is still present. It's still present. So because the word is still present, that's what will not cause me to react on what the flesh desires to do. Because all the flesh desires to do is take you down. Go ahead.
Unless I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of revelations. There was given to me a thorn in the flesh.
Oh boy. Something to trouble you, right? See, he said that thorn is to keep you, because it's got to be something to make you sit back and look at who you going to serve. Who are you going to serve? Come on.
The messenger of Shaitan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure.
That's why sometimes he keep them thorns in your flesh, lest you be lifted up above where you need to be. Which was what we were talking about last night. Keep you low. Keep you low. Sometimes he do that. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody exempt from that. You think he was feeling good when he was going through all that? I got a thorn in my side, like this here. And what did Paul say? I'm a glory in my weaknesses. I'll glory in that instead. You know what I'm saying? See, the difference is when you come to dealing with the word is, like I told y'all last night, a man very rarely will ever show anybody his weaknesses. It's only going to be a select few people, if anyone, he ever lets know them or see them. Now, I done gloried in my weaknesses before telling you, nigga been naked, hungry, you know what I'm talking about? Homeless, lack. Those are going in front. Have I ever held that back to you? But you talking about like the weaknesses that are of a man or his own personal frailties, he's not going to tell anybody that. Only reason why he ain't going to tell anybody that, because see a man look at it like this here. Once I tell you that, I feel like you're going to size me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're going to try me and you could look at me like I'm a buster or a sucker. Seeing I ain't going to be able to lie, because then it's going to make me mad. That's why we don't tell it. Because you're not going to disrespect me, you're not going to size me. You know what I'm saying? See, I tell y'all, a man's mind and a woman's mind is totally different. You know what I'm saying? That's how we look at it. That's why men are not always readily to expose their weaknesses. That's why man is not always readily and willingly to pour out his whole heart. Because, boy, I can't have a nigga size me, man. You know what I'm saying? To get size, boy, get your manhood size. Well, that thing, that make it go crazy. Wouldn't you agree? I will tell you.
So in your intelligence as well.
Yeah. Huh?
Don't make it go crazy. Make it prove to you that.
I ain't gonna prove nothing. No, what I say is go not that type of crazy, like you're gonna get angry.
Yeah.
Don't ever disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why men don't do it. You know what I'm talking about? Not readily. You know what I'm talking about? You'll tell your infirmities, yeah, boy, I've been through this, you know, I've been persecuted, you know, they stoned me, they did this here, because people use weaknesses against you. You know what I'm saying? They use it against you, or they use it to mock you. You know what I'm talking about? I'm telling you, boy. I know why that's why I ain't had never done it. Go ahead. That's good. What I got you over?
2 Corinthians 10.
Go ahead. 10 and 2. Go ahead and read one.
But I beseech you, oh, you said read one?
Go ahead.
Now I, Paul, myself, beseech you by the meekness and gentleness of Mashiach, who in presence am base among you, but being absent am bold toward you. But I beseech you that I may not be bold when I am present with the confidence wherewith I think to be bold against some, which think of us as if we walk according to the flesh.
He said they think of us as we walk according to what?
To the flesh.
That's what some of y'all problem is. Y'all might look at me or look at others think they walk according to the flesh just because you do. Read that again.
Wherewith I think to be bold against some, which think of us as if we walk according to the flesh.
Go ahead.
For through we walk in the flesh,
We walk in the flesh what?
we do not war after the flesh.
We do not use coconut after the flesh. Go ahead.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
They're not what?
They are not carnal.
They're not what?
They are not
The
carnal.
weapons of our warfare are not carnal. What are they called?
But mighty through Elohim to the pulling down of strongholds.
That means all the weapons of our warfare are of the ruach, right? Let's go ahead and get this show on the road. When we look at this first letter, right? What letter is this? I mean, I got it right here. What letter is this? God. And what does that mean?
Separation.
Separation.
Like wall, wall or fence.
Separation. Because that's what a wall of fence gonna do, right? Now we got the next one, and that letter is
Cup.
the cup. And what does that mean, sir?
Rock, hand, palm of the hand.
You got rock in hand, ain't that so? We done already read about a rock in the hand, right? And then what's the next letter we got there, sir?
But that is mim.
The mean,
Mine.
Chaos, water, blood.
water and blood. Didn't we already talk about some water too?
Chaos, too, though.
Oh, boy.
The water can be chaos.
And the last one we have is the what?
The hay.
The hay. And what do we have with that? What does that mean, sir?
Look, behold.
Look and behold. And then we have the numerical value. 21. I got it. Y'all. You want to look at numerical? What's the numerical value of the first letter?
20, 4, 5.
No, you pick actually 8.
Oh, 8.
And then we got, and when we look at 8, what will we get? Come down here and look at 8. And then we come like this here. When we got 20, when we got 40, because it's the Hebrew math, right?
Yeah.
I told the boy go hard about the Hebrew math, but the actual Hebrew words are a lot drastically different than what we may use.
You said the Hebrew math?
The Hebrew math.
Or the Hebrew math?
He like that. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't seen about it. He asked me, but I'm familiar with it.
What is their methods? What's the whole point? Like,
Now we looking at it using it differently. We would use the numerical value to come up with a breakdown of certain things.
Yeah.
But then you got some of them who do Hebrew math. They do not use the same characters and come up with the same words that we do.
okay.
So you saying that they came up with that, that's how they would determine that
No. Hebrew math is taking the numerical value of each Hebrew character, Greek character. And then like as we sit here looking at this, taking that 8 plus the 20 plus the 40 plus the 5, we would get 73, right?
That's supposed, yes, at the bottom, that's supposed to prove
That this is
what's up
right.
at the top. It's gonna
Exactly.
correlate. When it comes to Hebrew math, it's gonna correlate. It's gonna have the same meaning of that number.
Meaning of that number. So basically, this is going to validate what these say and what this word means. That's what Hebrew math does. Like we kind of did that last week when we were doing it. We were doing Hebrew math like that last week.
And,
We just gotta find more the spiritual meanings of the numbers.
That's all.
exactly. But the ayin, for instance,
So when we look at that, look what we have. We have the what?
ayin,
And what does that mean, Jim?
that means I.
I see.
The eye.
The I and the C. And then what we have here?
The gamal.
And what does that mean?
Walk, gather.
So we got an I that sees, I and C and gather. You know my handwriting is horrible. It's all good.
So you're saying from 73, that's what you're saying?
Yeah, because this is 70 and that is 3.
You live?
Oh.
You see, you follow me? Y'all follow me on that?
Oh.
You see this right here? The iron.
And so wisdom,
See this right here? The number value for that character is 7. And then this is the gall, and the number value for that is 3. That comes because the number value for this is 8, the number value for this is 20, the number value for this is 40, and the number value for this is 5. When we take that and we put that together, we get 73. And then when we get 73, we get this, and we get that. And now we're going to look at and see how these characters are going to validate these. And then in turn, validate this.
Okay, so when you get 73, you saying
When you get 73, then we got to go look at it. Which character
We did it last time.
equates to 7.
That's how I was at.
Okay, so that's how it correlates. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I was like.
Y'all follow? You understand?
I just saw that.
Y'all follow? Y'all understand it?
I just seen it.
So now, when we looking at all these things, when we looking at being able to skill to be able to go to war, we're going to have to be able to see the separation. We got to have to be able to see the rock in the hand. We got to be able to see the water in the chaos. You got to be able to look and behold. And then on top of that, you're going to have to be able to have an eye to see. And then you're going to have to be able to know that you will be gathered. And the only way you're going to be gathered is because you know how to do war. So y'all ready? Well, let's get it then. We'll start with separation. Yukonon 17:17, Leviticus 20 and 25.
I learned something today.
See, me and him had already had this discussion that I was going to go this route. That y'all will, each week, at least one word. We might not even get it either. But each week, at least one word, we're going to even math with it. We're going to get here, we're going to look at the characters, then we're going to go through them, and then we're going to go through that, and then you're going to get a great understanding. Because boy, brave by the grace of Yahushua HaMashiach. I told you after everybody got immersed, boy, I'm not playing.
What do you do with your, what do you do to look? You use your eyes to look. And then the separation, what is wisdom doing? Is guiding.
You see, check it
You
though.
can see it. I mean,
It's clear as day, but now we got to line it up with script though, right? 17 and 17.
Yehukanan 17 and 17.
Eber math.
IBRMATH.
I just feel like we wasted time with I'm saying, I would have been interested in learning that.
Nah, my God.
You know why you would have been interested in learning that? Because it's yours. It's yours. Why would these white folks come teach you about that? That's not theirs. That's not theirs. They don't even check this out, man. Check this out. All seriousness, though, them people ain't even got the wherewithal to show you that. Y'all ain't gonna give it to them.
They don't.
He ain't gonna give it to them. That ain't their culture, that ain't their way, that ain't their language, that ain't their thing. That's why I told y'all, every video we go over language at is going in the congregation group. So you need to go look at it if you want it. That's where they're going to be at. You ain't got to go look and seek a salvation. You ain't got to go on the YouTube channel. They're going straight there. They're the only ones. You can refer back. Let's get it. Could we show?
Yehukanan 17, 17.
Let's get it.
Sanctify them through thy word.
Do what?
Sanctify them through thy word.
What else?
Through thy truth, I'm sorry.
Sanctify them through thy what?
Through thy truth.
What did the book say truth is?
Thy word.
What did the book say truth is?
Truth.
What does the word say truth is?
The law.
Psalms 119, 142, thy Torah is the truth. Mashiach say, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. Separate them by Mashiach. He said, what agreement have a Mashiach with Belial? What agreement have light with darkness? Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Separation. If you got wisdom, you gonna separate. Simple as that. Let's get it.
As thou hast sent me into the world, even so I have also sent them into the world.
What else?
And for their sake,
For whose sake?
Their sake,
What did he do?
I sanctify
He
myself.
set himself apart by the Torah. So we might do what?
They may also sanctify, be
Because if I be a master, where's my fear? And the fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of what? Wisdom. Beginning of skill. So to separate yourself is the beginning of Kokomo. You don't separate yourself, you ain't got no skill. Come on, man. Leviticus 20 and 25.
Ye shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and
You should do
unclean.
what?
You shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean.
Ain't that going back, he said in Jude that they were brute beasts? You ought to put a difference between you and a sinner, stupid. Come on.
And between unclean fowls and clean.
And what else?
And you shall not make your souls abominable by beasts, or by fowl, or by any manner of living that creeps on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean.
He didn't say, I separated that piece. Say, come out from among them and be ye separate. Touch not the unclean thing. I done told you to get away from that. Come on.
And ye shall be holy unto me. For
Say it right.
And you shall be Kodash unto me, for I, the Elohim, am Kodash, and has severed.
He did what?
Has severed
He separated you
from other people that you shall be mine.
How you gonna be able to gather you? You ain't separated yourself. You see how this stuff line up now? Cause that's the law right now. Read it again.
And ye shall be Kodash unto me, for I, the Elohim, am Kodash, and has severed you.
Severed you.
from other people, that you shall be mine.
If you his, give me John chapter 10, verse 25. So we can slide separation out the way, right? That's done. We got 2 witnesses. That's all we need. That's all we need. That's all we need. You see how that evil man works? You see how that works? If we didn't even read the part where we're going to sit back and look at, he said, you seen what I had done to gather you unto myself. But instead you would not separate yourself from the people. He said, why have you done this? Why have you mingled yourself? I don't care what none of y'all think. Boy, the law say a sinner will cause you to stop following y'all. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care who it is. I don't care what organization it is. I don't care if it's your co-worker. I wouldn't care who it was. Y'all told you better watch them. They'll pull your heart away. Now who's smart? You or him? Which one of y'all came and taught y'all knowledge? Who showed him the way of understanding? That's what we sit back and look at. When that man say something, well, I'm going to rock with that. He know better than me. I ain't smarter than him. Come on, sir. 10 to 25, you can nod. Let's go.
Yehukanah 10:25.
Yes, sir.
Yahusha answered them,
What he answered?
I told you and you believe not.
He said, I told you, you ain't believe nothing I said.
The works I do in my Father's name,
They do what?
they bear witness of me.
He said, the works that I did, you ought to see them. They bear witness who I am.
But you believe not.
You don't believe, even though you seen. He said, they seen my works 40 years and I proved them. He said, you saw me. You ain't believe it, though. Come on.
Because ye are not of my sheep.
He said, you ain't of my sheep. I can't gather you. The reason why I can't gather you because you ain't separated yourself. Come on.
As I said unto you,
Said unto who?
you,
Come on.
my sheep shall hear my
My
voice,
sheep gonna hear my voice.
and I know them,
I know them.
and they follow me.
They gonna come after me.
And I give unto them eternal life,
I give him an eternal life. If his sheep coming unto him, what he doing with them? He gathering. You know why he gonna gather? They got Kokomama. They got wisdom. Because they gonna know how to fight. See, we have to come back to these here. Because you see, this is a long, drawn out process. And I did a lot of preaching about other stuff before I even got this. You know what I'm saying? You can sit back and think about that now. He said, I told you before. He said, the works that I do in my Father's name. Give me the 34. Drop down about verse 30. He said, the works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me, but you believe not. You've seen my wisdom. You've seen the fear of Yahuwah that I possess. You still didn't believe. Go ahead, sir.
I and my Father are God.
Yes, sir.
Then the Yahudim took up stones again to stone him.
Why they want to stone?
Yahusha answered them, many good works I have shewed you
Many good works that you seen them.
from my Father, for which of those works you stone me.
They say for a good work, we don't stone you. What they stone them for?
The Yahudim answered him, saying, for a good work we stone thee not, but for blasphemy.
For what?
Blasphemy.
Why is that?
Because thou being a man, maketh yourself Elohim.
What else?
Yahusha answered them, saying, is it not written in your Torah?
Where is it written at?
Psalms 82:6.
There you go.
I said, ye are Elohim.
He said you are Elohim, all powers. You are gods. Now why would that be important for us? 1 John 3:1 stand. He said it's written in your law, in your Torah, in your instructions. Remember now, because I was Torah reading, right? In my instructions, it's written you Elohim, you gods. You first. You know why that would correlate for us if you first? Elohim first, right? Not just first fruit. What Adam means, gentlemen?
Mankind.
What Adam means, gentlemen? We just talked about it. Not just mankind. What it means?
Also mean blood.
What would come before? You remember what come before? Adam means first of the ground, or first of blood. You know what I'm talking about? Remember we talked about that not too long ago. First of the ground. Thought we had something to do with blood.
That means blood.
The big water blood.
Okay, I know I heard something.
Okay, so the first, the door of blood.
Adam first of blood. You know how he first of blood? Because he was the first to sin. He was first to shed blood. Come on, sir.
1 John 3:1.
Yes, sir.
Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of Elohim.
Yes, sir.
Therefore the world knows us not, because it knew him not.
Now, how you going to sit and ask yourself a question? Do the world know you? Do the world know you? Do transgressors know you? Do the ungodly know you? Do the Gentiles know you? Because if they know you, then you definitely don't know Elohim. Because they should not know you. Come on.
Beloved, now are we the sons of Elohim, and it does not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is.
Verse 8.
He that commits sin is of the devil, for the devil sinned from the beginning. For this purpose the Son of Elohim was manifest, that he might destroy the works of the
Now, just
devil.
pause. Now, we already been talking about that. We already talked about this rock in hand, right? And when we were talking about that rock in hand, what he realized is that him subscribing the name of Yasharal on his hand was to do what? To destroy the works of the devil. Because he said that sin would be written on your hands. It'd be inscribed with the pen, right? And then we would turn around, and because we would be crucified with him, then the works of the devil would be destroyed, because we would be a new creature, because we would no longer be servants to sin. As he already read in 1 Corinthians 15, we would be changed in the twinkling of an eye. The word is saying that death is swallowed up in victory, and that this mortality would be swallowed up by immortality. Because we have, as he had already read, we would put on Yahushua HaMashiach and make no provisions for the lust of the flesh. You understand what I'm telling you? This rock in hand, and this is also going back, and I'm just going to preach it. Y'all know where it's at. Y'all know what Isaiah 28 say. Y'all know what Psalms 118 say. You know what I'm talking about? I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone. The headstone has become the stone that the builders rejected, has become the head of the corner, and this is Yah's doing, and it's marvelous in our eyes. It's marvelous. You understand what I'm telling you? That's what that rock gonna do. But we sit back and look at that rock also had the names of Yasharal inscribed on his hands, that he may remember you. You know what I'm talking about? He said it's a memorial that he might always remember the trial of Yasharal. But it's also going to be a memorial to kill you if you're on the other side. You know what I'm saying? See, it's a flip side type of thing. It's Ruach and flesh. Because those who are the Ruach, I will remember them and spare them. Those that are of the flesh, I will slaughter them. So we good with that. Continue on.
Verse 9. Whosoever is born of Elohim does not commit sin, for his seed remains in him, and he cannot sin.
Now we sit back and look at right now. We didn't go over that in detail. That Isaiah 44, he said he'll pour water upon his seed and his offspring. Well, we know that's those who are born of Yahushua HaMashiach. And when we talk about committing sin, that means a continual, habitual lifestyle of transgressing. You know what I'm talking about? See, Matthew 23 and just get it. Matthew 23 and 23. Go ahead.
Woe unto you, scribe.
Not you. Go ahead, Stan.
And he cannot sin because he is born of Elohim. In this the children of Elohim are manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever does not righteousness is not of Elohim.
You know what the man said? You know, he said any unrighteousness at all is an abomination. That's how you know who y'all children are and who aren't. Those who are y'all children, I didn't talk about that Wednesday for no reason. He said, I'm a companion of all those that fear thee. Hamashiach is only a companion of those who have Pokemon. If you don't have Pokemon, he is not your companion. Then you're going to have to sit back and look at what you're going to do. Because this man said he is a companion of those who fear thee. So he is not a companion of any transgressor. Nowhere. The only way he can end up becoming the companion of a transgressor, because that transgressor has considered their ways and have come after him with the whole heart, the whole mind, and the whole soul. Not 10% of your mind, not 15% of your heart, not 40% of your soul, 100% of all of it. Because you will not serve Yah in sincerity and truth, nor over the long haul, if you are not 300% invested. When I say 300, I'm talking about your mind, your heart, and your soul. All three got to be in it. If all three are not in it, you're not going to make it. You know what I'm saying? You know, we can invest a lot of energy in a lot of things except for our Elohim. You know, that's sad. Go ahead, sir. No, in fact, that's good. 23 and 23. Tell me what it says.
Matthew 23 and 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith.
You know what some of y'all think about? Just doing the lesser matters of the law. Go ahead.
These ought you to have done, and not to leave the other undone.
You know what you sit back and look at? I keep a Shabbat. I don't eat no pork. I don't cuss no more. But where your judgment at? Where is the mercy at? Where is the faith at? Those are the weightier matters of the law. Everything's supposed to be done, but then you sit back and look at bad judgment proceed. How you got bad judgment? How you can't judge a matter correctly? Because you ain't got no kokomo. You ain't got no wisdom. Stanley, give me Zechariah 12 and 10. Let me hit this look and behold. And Troy, you can get me John 12 and 13.
Zechariah 10.
12 and 10. Matter of fact, Troy, get me Matthew 24 and 25.
Zechariah 12 and 10.
Zechariah 12 and 10.
And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem
What are you going to do?
the ruach of grace
He
and
say he going to pour upon the house of who? What David named me, y'all?
my beloved,
That said he going to pour upon the house of his beloved.
and upon the
But
inhabitants.
hold on, the ruach of favor. Hold what you got and get me, Troy, get me Galatians 2 and 5. Ephesians 2 and 5. What is that ruach of favor, everybody? What is that? He said, I'm going to pour upon my beloved the ruach of favor. We already talked about I pour water upon him that is thirsty and water upon the dry ground. We talking about eternal life, young people. We talking about eternal life. That's what he poured on the Mashiach, and the Mashiach turned around and poured it upon who? His offspring. Somebody sounds not pleased. Go ahead, sir.
The ruach of grace and of supplications.
Not you. So the Troy. My apologies.
Ephesians 2 and 5.
Yes, sir.
Even when we were dead in sin,
Whoa. Even when we were what?
dead in sins,
What happened?
hath quickened us together with the Mashiach.
Mm-hmm.
By grace ye are saved,
By favor, you are delivered. Come on.
and hath raised us up together, and made us sit together in the Shamayim of places in the Mashiach Yahushua.
That's what he said back and realized that he raising you from the dead is to sit you upon high places, which goes back to what we were talking about with our reference with Nehemiah. I'm up here on this high wall doing a great work. I'm not coming down to meet you. What I look like coming down to a sinner? What do I look like doing that? You know what I'm saying? What would I look like you said, like when me and Glover met with that pastor? You know, he would have loved for me to say, yeah, man, we can do some work together so Glover would come back in there and play some music. What we look like coming down to you, man? You know what I'm saying? That's the same way, man, if you hustling and getting money, you'll help somebody out who ain't got nothing. But what I look like hanging with po niggas? I'd rather hang with millionaires. You know what happened when I hang with millionaires? I can become one. You know what happened when I hang with po niggas? I'm going to be a po nigga. Just like I told you what 50 said, man, which was real talk. I felt him on that. He said, my granddaddy said, you only going to be as successful as the people that you talk to for no reason. He said, what can that nigga teach you in the course of the conversation? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even realizing that that's how most of me and my homeboys were schooled. Man, I don't want to be around nobody I can't learn nothing from. How am I going to be around a nigga that I'm dumb as I was when I met you? You can't teach me nothing. Can't do nothing with you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able, if you're going to be my friend, you got to be able to teach me something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to teach me something. I got to be able to learn something. I can't learn nothing from you. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
That in the ages to come, he may show the exceeding riches of his favor and kindness towards us through the Mashiach Yahushua.
Come on to that Zechariah 12. He said he saw the riches of his favor, right? Through a Mashiach, right? Zechariah 12. I ain't been saying that for no reason, because you know the book tell you to cleave unto men who have understanding. He say those that walk with wise men will be wise. And that's what the word say. I ain't doing nothing but telling you what the word say. Your God tell you don't walk with stupid niggas. Your God tell you don't walk with nobody who can't teach you nothing. That's not my doctrine, that's his. My doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me. So you can take it if it's mine if you want him. Your God told you, you's a dummy, you hang with a dummy. Go ahead.
And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the ruach of grace and of supplication. And they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall
They'll do what?
They shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him as one mourn for his only son.
You know what happens when you begin to look upon him whom he have pierced? Because faith come by hearing, and hearing come by the word. And we know that Job told us, he said, I heard you with the hearing ear, but now my eyes see. I behold. What did he turn around and he told, we already read in John. He told Thomas, behold my hands and my feet. He said, stick your hands through. Be faithless. He said, don't be faithless. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of y'all can be faithless. You really don't actually trust y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't really like this here. Like, I had a matter, I get to y'all. I'm gone after that. But once I say, well, I'm getting to y'all, I'm gone after that. Let your will be done. I'm gone after that. You accomplish it how you see fit. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to do what it do. You'll prove it out of your time. Other than that, I'm gone. Because I trust y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll wait on you. Matter of fact, give me Daniel 12 and 10. Give me Daniel 12 and 10. Listen what he said. We got one more thing. We were actually already done talked about the law. You know what I'm saying? Now we just hit what the I and the C is. Because when you hear the word, you'll see Hamashiach. He said, open my eyes and I may behold wondrous things out of thy Torah. Give me Acts 22 and 14. We're going to deal with the guy in a minute, so we're going to knock him out. We're going to knock him out. Knock him out. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? And I ain't even got time to even deal with all that like I want to.
Daniel 12 and 10.
Get it another day. Go ahead.
Many shall be purified.
Many shall be what?
Purified.
What that mean?
Cleansed.
Cleansed.
Washed.
Go ahead.
And made white.
And made white. And what is white? He said they wearing the fine linen, clean and white, which is the righteousness of the Kadeshim, without spot, wrinkle, or blemish, or any such thing. He said even having to have their garments stained by the flesh. Come on.
And tried.
And tried. That means if you were tried, that means you were what? You were proved. Come on.
But the wicked
shall
do wickedly.
They gonna keep on doing wickedly.
And none of the wicked shall understand.
Ain't none of the wicked gonna ever catch no understanding.
But the wise shall understand.
Those who have skill will understand. Those who have kopimah understand. You know why they gonna understand? Because they would have separated themselves. They would have crucified themselves. They would be able to see the word. So they would have skill to fight the battle because they know the weapons of our warfare are not carnal but spiritual. And I ain't done with that part yet. Come on.
And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the
You in Daniel
abomination.
12 and 10?
I'm at 11 now.
Go ahead.
And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that make desolation set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Blessed is he that wait.
What? What is it?
Baruch is he that wait.
He that what?
Wait.
He that what?
That wait.
That's what people's problem is. They don't wait on y'all. They go. Remember we were talking about that the other day with one of the words meant to be patient. Niggas go. No, that's what we were looking at. He that moved hastily, move his feet hastily, sin. What did he tell you? You'll be blessed if you do what?
He that wait.
Wait on y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what the biggest problem with our people is. We don't wait on y'all. You know, we talked about that before in times past about not moving according to the due order. Moving when you felt like moving and doing when you felt like doing. Crash every time. Some of y'all done seen people do it. We were just talking about that out there in Detroit. When I was sitting back thinking about how I remember one time it was enough of us to fill that little room right there. And then I'm talking about that time with that young lady when we told her not to marry somebody. Because we're really talking about how he was acting. Because he wasn't being funny, but it was hilarious though. He was being dead serious. But she moved too fast. And they ended up biting on her behind. When she had already been told, don't do that or just wait. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't want to believe. I'm like, man, look here, man. He ain't put it in my heart. Like, buddy want to do this. You know what I'm saying? You might want to chill on that. She didn't want to chill on that. She ended up getting burned. You know what I'm saying? Nigga told you. You want to listen. That's on you. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes it don't pay just to wait. Let y'all prove it out. You know what I'm saying? Because if you move too fast, then y'all just going to turn you over to that. And let you think that that was him. Because that's to take you down because you didn't wait. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to wait. He'll show you. That's something I done learned in these 7 years. Just wait. You know what I'm saying? Because dealing with that young woman I used to deal with 4 or 5 years ago, I could have rushed and sped. She was like, you know, we can get an apartment right now. All this, that, that. I say, no, I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to wait on that. Because if I go get the apartment with you, I'm going to have to marry you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to move in here and we just living here. I'm going to have to marry you. So I'm going to have to wait on that. I waited on that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga kept on doing what she had been doing. You know what I'm saying? You could be carnal like, oh yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? No, don't go wait on that.
If you wait, y'all will prove it out.
He will prove it out. All you got to do is wait. He gonna show you. You better believe he gonna show you. Everything. Everything you want to know, everything you want to see, he gonna show it to you.
Out of the word, too. That's what you looking.
That's what the word say. The word tell you to wait. He said you'll be increased, you'll be blessed if you wait. You know what I'm saying? So now we got one more thing. We done already talked about the water and the blood. I don't think we need to look at that no more. But get me Proverbs 4 and 7. Now we can get Ecclesiastes 7. I'm going to leave the gal at the bottom. So we know the fear of Yahuwah at the beginning of wisdom. We know from Hebrews or I bring chapter 5, it said that Mashiach was heard and that he feared, right? He was heard and that he feared because he had skill. You know, that would have said about Ezra, he was a ready scribe and he was a skilled scribe. Why he say every man which is instructed into the kingdom of Shamahim was like a man who was a household, which bring things out of his vessel, things new and old, meaning skilled. He's skilled in the word. The word is going to allow him to know how to move, know how to operate. Let's go.
Sleep 4 and 7.
What it say?
Kokma is the principal thing.
What does principle mean, gentlemen?
The first.
It's the first thing. Wisdom is the first thing you need to get. Come on.
Therefore get Kokma.
Get what?
Kokma.
And what else?
And with all thy getting.
Get what?
Get understanding.
Get what?
Understanding.
Pale already read to you about understanding, right? And he opened up the law of Moses and the prophets and the Psalms, the things concerning himself. And then he opened up the scriptures that they might understand the scripture. Because we know the son of Elohim has come and given us an understanding that we may know him that is true. And we are in him that is true. Even this, he say, this is the true Elohim, even eternal life. So when you have wisdom and you have skill, and you have the respect and reverence for Yah's word, it is going to lead to understanding and know the Son. So when the Son come back, he'll be able to do this. Because he ain't gathering no transgressor. He ain't gathering no halfway thug neither. No halfway Kadeshim, no halfway servant. He's not coming to get you. Can't do nothing with you. Because you ain't got the excellency of power and dignity that the firstborn should have, like we read last night. Come on, sir. Go ahead, bro.
Exalt her, and she shall promote thee.
That man told you to lift up wisdom, he will promote you. Get John 12. Make it 30. John 12. What I got you holding for?
Ecclesiastes.
Just go get John 12. We come back to Ecclesiastes. You heard what he said? Read what wisdom will do for you.
Exalt.
Exalt wisdom.
And it shall promote you.
You know what promote means, right? Uplift. Go ahead, Troy. Keep reading.
She shall bring you to honor.
Bring you to what?
Honor.
And what else?
When you embrace her.
He said when you embrace wisdom, esteem or honor will come to you. Regard. Go ahead.
She shall give to thine head an ornament of favor, a crown of esteem.
Woo!
She shall deliver to you.
That's good. Go ahead.
John what?
12 and 30.
I ain't hear that last number, bro.
30.
John 12:30. Yahushua answered and said,
What did he say?
This voice came not because of me, but for your sakes. Now is the judgment of this world. Now shall the prince of this world be cast out.
Cast out.
And I, if I be lifted up,
If
from
he be
the
what?
wicked, and I, if I be lifted
Now,
up.
why would a Mashiach be lifted up?
The serpent is lifted up in the wilderness.
No, because he just told you if you embrace wisdom, it will exalt thee. It'll uplift you. What you think he got uplifted for? Because he feared Yahuwah. That goes right back to the water, the blood, and the chaos. To look at and behold, because the only way you're going to be able to look and behold, because you got to look up high, because he's been exalted. Why was he exalted? Because he humbled himself even unto death, like we talked about last night. Now, how you going to be exalted if you ain't humbled yourself to death? That means you didn't embrace wisdom then. You think that's just in there for no reason? He said if you embrace wisdom, it will exalt you and promote you, right? He embraced wisdom. He was lifted up. And how was he promoted? He became the King of Kings and the Master of Masters. He sit upon the throne and with right ruling. The whole Arats is his. And he will judge in righteousness, and he will make war. And he will wash his feet in the blood of the wicked, that he might know there was a reward for his righteousness because he embraced Kokomah. And he embraced it because he feared Yah, because he sat back and looked at, this is my master, I will give him his fear. Now how you going to be promoted and exalted? Because you don't embrace wisdom. You embrace stupidity. You embrace the flesh. You embrace the things of this life. You embrace the things that be of man and not the things that be of Elohim. Go ahead, Sam.
If I be lifted up from the rats will draw all men unto me. This he said, signifying what death he should die.
You see that right there? Read that again.
And if I be lifted up from the rats,
Since he embraced wisdom, he was exalted, right? And what will happen?
will draw all men.
I will gather all men unto me, those that belong to me. Read that in Proverbs 4. We go back. Man, come on with all the nonsense, man. The phone already broke.
Man, I'm saying for my baby, shut up.
Come on, man. There ain't no necessary for that. Come on, man. I'm a grown man.
I am too, nigga.
I ain't even talking to you sideways, though.
What you just did?
I said, come on, man. Leave the phone alone. You telling me to shut up, being rude and nasty? You gotta do all that. Come
Man,
on.
you ain't gotta say nothing. Y'all over here doing what I'm doing. Checking my stuff, your stuff for my baby. Keep going. What else going on over here?
Come on, man.
In verse 10, it say, "Hear, O my son."
Back up.
It says, "She shall give to thine head an ornament of favor,
He'll give to your head a ornament of favor and whatever.
a crown of esteem."
What you think that could mean? Give me 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1.
Those which endure in temptation shall receive a crown of everlasting life.
Because you embrace wisdom. You embrace Kokomo. The rock, the hand, you look, you behold, you separate. You would have skill to war. Don't you realize your skill for war is to look to a mashal? To separate yourself from the world, to separate yourself from the flesh, to separate yourself from transgressors. Huh? Ain't that something? That's even math for you right there.
2 Timothy 4.
4:1.
I charge thee therefore before Elohim and the Master Yahushua HaMashiach, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing in his kingdom. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching
That's what people
ears.
do. They heap to themselves. People going to tell them what they want to hear. That's going to confirm the things that they desire to do anyway. Come on.
And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. But watch, thou in all things endure
Do
affliction.
what? Watch.
Watch, Shamar.
Shamar.
Thou in all things endure affliction, do the work of a evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry.
Go ahead.
For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand.
And what's going to happen?
I have fought a good fight.
He fought. You know how he fought a good fight? He warred. He telling you, I had Kokomo, I had wisdom, I warred. Come on.
I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up.
He kept the faith. He shamar, meaning he kept the word. Therefore, what's laid up for him?
Laid up for me a crown of righteousness.
Oh, because he embraced wisdom. Because he embraced wisdom. You know, Masha told you, don't let nobody take your crown. Come on, Troy. Read that for me.
She shall give to thine head an ornament of favor.
Wisdom will get you a crown.
A crown of esteem shall she deliver to you.
She will get you a crown. Come on.
Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings.
Hear, my son.
And the years of thy life shall be many.
You get eternal life if you embrace this wisdom. Ain't that something? Ecclesiastes 7. Troy, give me Ephesians 6 and 9. Matter of fact, give me Galatians 6 and 6.
Hakeem, there's no O's in our rings. Kaufman. Only because you give them the English.
You got to put it up
Ecclesiastes.
there. You can't put both of them up there. You got people who looking at this, going to be looking at this stuff and has never seen any of this stuff.
Well, change that for me. That's not an O.
Oh, shit, we
This shit was gonna be an A.
Yeah, somebody. Because you emphasize, you say Coke.
this might be
Ecclesiastes 7:9. Be not hasty in the spirit, in the ruach to be angry, for anger rests in the bosoms of fools.
Go ahead.
Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these? For thou dost not inquire wisely concerning this.
Go ahead.
Wisdom is good with an inheritance.
Wisdom is what?
Is good with an inheritance.
What else?
By it there is profit to them that see the sun.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wisdom is good with an inheritance. And it is gain for those who see the sun. Come on.
For wisdom is a defense.
It's a what?
Is a defense.
It's a what?
Is a defense.
And what else is it?
And money is a defense.
And what else?
But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to them that have it.
So now, everybody, because this is where we're going to begin to stop at. Read that verse where you first part about wisdom, and let's think about it.
We said, for wisdom is a defense.
No. The first verse you read about wisdom. What verse?
Oh, wisdom is good with an inheritance.
What do you think it say? Wisdom or skill or warfare?
Wisdom is what?
Good is good
What's the Hebrew word?
with an inheritance.
Two. It's good.
What is the inheritance?
Eternal life.
I'm done. That's one of it. What's all the inheritance?
The land,
The land,
the promise.
the promise. Everything that goes eternal life, that's one of
But
them.
that's all.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Give me Revelation 21:7.
It's levels. Literally.
Revelation 21:7.
Goes into dimensions. Several dimensions.
He that overcome shall inherit all things.
Inherit all things.
And I will be his Elohim,
And he'll be my what?
my son.
Firstborn son inherit all things that belong to the Father, right? Because you my excellency of dignity and power. You know what I'm saying? What did the son tell you? Everything that I have, you will have. Come on, read that again. So wisdom is good, or two, with an inheritance. Kopma is two, with an inheritance.
And by it there is profit to them that see the sun.
See the sun. Malachi 4:2. Let's go. It's a profit to those that see the sun. Give me Revelation 22:16. So that means if you got wisdom, guess what you're going to see?
Bright and morning star.
You're going to see light.
Oh,
And if you see light, you know what you're going to see? In him was light, and the light was the life of men. And in Elohim, he's saying, this is the message which we have heard, that Elohim is light and no part darkness. If you have fellowship with darkness, you lie and do not the truth. Now, how are you going to turn around and say you got wisdom dwelling in darkness? Come on, sir.
22:16.
No, I think you won't know.
I want Malachi 4:2.
Listen, stop. Put it back. Oh, put it back.
Whatever you ready, sir. I went to Malachi
4:2.
4:2.
But unto you that fear my name shall
To those who do what?
fear.
fear.
And guess what that means? If you fear his name, what you got?
Like his mom.
And what would that mean? You would be what?
Skillful in war.
Come on.
But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings.
Healing in his wings.
And he shall go forth and grow up as cows.
Then we already read in Isaiah, he said that those that his offspring that will be watered will grow up. You know what that means? You'll grow up in. You would mature in the word. You'll become a full age and not a babe, desiring built. Revelation 22:16. Troy, give me Romans 7:16. I called it that a long time ago.
I, Yahusha, have sent my Malachim
Matter of
to
fact, don't even want that. Revelation 2:25. Y'all know he said he was bright and morning star. I mean, you're going to see Lucifer. You're going to see the light.
2:25. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And he that overcomes and keep my works.
He that overcome and keep my works to the end, what inheritance is he going to get?
To him will I give power over the nation.
And to do what to him?
And he shall rule them with a rod of
That's your
iron.
inheritance too if you got wisdom. Come on.
As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
You're going to bust these people upside their head.
Even as I received of my Father.
And what he going to give you?
And I will give him the morning star.
I'm going to give you light. He says, and he say wisdom is good for those with inheritance, to those who see the sun. So if you got wisdom and you got skill, guess what's going to happen? He said the wisdom is the principal thing, but with wisdom get understanding. So if you got wisdom, you'll get understanding. You'll see a Mashiach. And if you see a Mashiach, guess what you're going to do? You're going to behold him, and you will come unto him, and you'll come unto him. He'll dwell in you. You'll dwell in him. You'll have eternal life because he will exalt you and promote you just like he was exalted and promoted.
Literally lift it up.
Literally lifted up. Why do you think he said we will meet him in the sky? He got to literally lift you up. If he don't, the word alive. That's what 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 say, right? He said the dead and the Mashiach shall rise first, then us that remain shall go up and meet him in the sky and forever be with him. He got to lift you up. You know what I'm saying? Follow me though. Where we at? 7:16 Romans. Come on.
If then I do that which I would not,
If I do that which I would not.
I consent unto the Torah that it is to
Every time you transgress against the word, you consent y'all word is right. You give tact admission is right. Come on.
Now then it is no more that I do it,
Not we that do it.
but sin that dwell in me.
You don't realize that sin, that's dwell in your flesh. Come on.
For I know that in me, that is my flesh, dwell no good thing.
You know why he said that? That darkness ain't good, right? You know one of the reasons why he said, Pierre posted this the other day. What's the only thing in the Torah, in the first 2 chapters that he said is not good?
For a man to dwell alone.
And you know why it wasn't good for a man to dwell alone? Because he'll lean to his flesh. He said, I'll give him a help me. You know what I'm saying? He said it wasn't good for him to do that. Go ahead. That's why he sat back and told her that in that flesh dwell no good thing. Ain't nothing good gonna come out of that. Come on.
In my flesh dwell no good thing. For
Matter of fact, even when you sit back and look at it, something else that came to my mind. When you look at him saying it ain't good for a man to dwell alone, I give him a help me. And we know that by meaning, this word is feminine.
Yeah.
This is a feminine word. This is why dudes try to say the Ruach HaKodesh is a woman. But in actuality, what he's sitting back breaking down, it's not good for a man to dwell alone. I give him a help me. He turned around and said, I give you my comforter, my Ruach HaKodesh. I'll give you wisdom to dwell with you. That's why he said it wasn't good for a man to dwell alone. You need something to combat that flesh to keep you in line. I'll deal with that in more in depth on another day, though. You ain't see that coming, did you?
I caught it. I didn't see it coming, but I caught it. Hey, I still.
You know what I'm saying? I can still do a little something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody say I ain't got no skill, I can't do nothing. I do a little something.
I ain't step off the plate.
Maybe on every other Saturday, man. You know what I'm saying? Not every week, every other. Go ahead.
It say, for I know that in me, that is my flesh, dwell no good thing, for to will is present with me.
Mm-hmm.
But how to perform that which is good,
He said, I don't
find
know.
not.
Go ahead.
I find not. For the good that I would do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do.
That I do. Go ahead.
Now if I do that I would not, it is no more that I do it, but the sin that dwell in me.
It's that flesh. You still did it though, because that's what you wanted to do. Go ahead.
I find then a law that when I would do good, evil is still present
He
with
said,
me.
when I do good, evil is still. You see what that meant? The flesh is always going to be with you.
The thorn.
The thorn. Come on.
Yeah, the crown.
For I delight in the Torah of Elohim after the inward man.
So you got to delight after the man word in your ruach. Go ahead.
But I do see another law in my members,
You see death working in your flesh.
warring against the law of my
The
mind,
battle always going to be there.
and bringing me into captivity.
That's why you got to have kokma. You got to have skill.
And thinking about that thorn as well makes you think about the crown of thorns, letting you know it's going to be in your mind.
It's going to be in your mind. It's always there. It's not going nowhere. You're going to have to fight. Come on.
which is in my members.
Why do you think Paul say I fought the good fight of faith? I battled. Come on.
And say, O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death?
Who will free me?
To die, Elohim, through Yahusha, Hamashiach, our master.
Why is that?
So then, with the mind, I myself serve the Torah of Elohim.
You see that even though he had that crown of thorn on his head and hitting his flesh, with his mind, he still served y'all.
It was good.
Go ahead.
But with the flesh, the law of sin.
Mm-hmm. Ephesians 6 and 6. I mean Galatians 6 and 6. Ephesians 6 and 10. Galatians 6 and 5.
He had that helmet on.
Helmet of salvation. You got to have the proper thing to go to war. You see how vitally important to have wisdom is? It's vitally important. Because if you don't have it, you can't go to war. And if you don't have it, you will not be exalted, and nor will you be promoted.
Who doesn't want to be promoted?
Some people don't. Some people prefer mediocrity and prefer to dwell in nothingness.
You say Galatians 6:5.
Yes, sir.
For every man shall bear his own burden.
Every man got to carry his own burden.
Let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teaches in all good things.
That's all we're trying to do is communicate with you. When he say every man know the plague of his own heart. Every man know his own, carry his own burden. We're trying to communicate with you so you can get past it. You don't get past it, you ought to go to hell. Because you rejected him, you didn't reject me. Come on.
Be not deceived.
Don't be deceived.
Yah is not mocked.
You ain't mocking him. Why is that?
For whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap.
What else?
For he that sows to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
Walk with that flesh if you want it, you're going to hell.
But he
What
that
else?
sows to the Ruach shall the Ruach reap life everlasting.
Do that and you'll save your soul, which means you're going to have to fight.
And let us not be weary in well
Don't
doing.
be scared, don't be getting tired and doing right.
For in due season we shall reap if we faint not.
He said in due season you'll get the reward of Yahuwah if you don't fall out. Ephesians 6 and 10. Last place, we stop now.
If you got that water, you ain't gonna fall out.
Ephesians 6 and 10. Come on.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahuwah and in the power of his might.
Yep.
Put on the whole armor of Elohim, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of...
So that means you got to put your stuff on so you can go to war. That means you got to put wisdom, you got to put the fear of Yahuwah on, you got to put wisdom on, you got to put the knowledge of Yah on, you got to put understanding on so you can fight it. Come on.
We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities,
We don't war against flesh,
against powers,
against powers.
against the rulers of Kashak of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
We fight a spiritual battle. Y'all can't see it though.
You gotta be scared.
Come on. Got to be.
Because if you ain't skilled, you can be dirty, but you ain't skilled.
You ain't skilled.
You gonna die.
You gonna die. Guess what? The United States Army is known to have the most skilled fighters in the world, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, so, I see China.
No, I'm gonna sit there and tell you now. All jokes aside, I said so you can say, but boy, the Marines, the Navy SEALs, them boys ain't no joke.
I think the Chinamen hand-to-hand combat-wise, though.
Yeah.
But see,
So what I said,
ain't no
so
game about
what
no
I'm
hand in hand, boy. It's about that steel.
It's about that
Yo,
steel.
It's about that.
See that? The
I get
United
your
States
mind
Army,
right.
they not trained to talk about. We can do a little hand to hand. Only certain ones are trained hand to hand. You know what I'm saying? The Marines can walk up and kill a man with his bare hands.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, and then we ain't even talking about the spies and all that that you see in these movies. Like we were sitting there looking at Taken. You got to believe there are people in America that can do everything that man did in that movie. You know what I'm saying? And thousands of them. Now it's just like it's people in Israel, Mossad, they can do the same stuff too. You know what I'm talking about? Russia got spies and people, some of their army can do the same stuff too. Don't get me wrong, that's why I say they known to have the most skilled army in the world. This ain't just being promoted by Americans. Other countries think like, them boys is nice with them.
And we can do greater because we got the team.
You know what I'm saying? Come on. Cause we gotta get out
Best
of here.
believe.
Come on, we gotta get out of here.
Shoot.
It say, wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of Elohim,
Better be ready to go to war. Come on.
that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
Yes, sir.
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about
With what?
a might of the truth,
With truth.
and having on the breastplate,
So if you got your loins girded about with truth, your loins are girded about with the Torah. Come on.
and having on the breastplate of Sadiq, or righteousness,
You got the faith of Yahuwah in your heart.
and your feet shod with the preparation of the Basor
And your
of
feet
Shalom.
are 10-toe flat, because you shod with the gospel of Shalom by the Prince of Shalom, Yahushua HaMashiach, who praise and glory is given to forever and ever. Come on.
Above all, taking the shield of Amunah, wherewith you shall be able to quench
You
all
got to
the
tell the
fear.
people what it is. People don't know what that is.
That's the faith, Amunah.
Take that shield,
You better
your
be
belief.
confident.
That's how you're going to be able to separate yourself. Come on.
Wherewith you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked,
You can be able to take everything that we can throw your way. What else?
and take on the helmet of salvation,
And have a mind to resist the flesh,
and the sword of the Ruach,
which is the word of Elohim.
which is the word of Elohim,
Come on.
praying always
Praying always,
with all prayer
all prayer,
and supplication in the Ruach,
all supplication in the Ruach.
and watching thereunto with all perseverance
With all, you know what perseverance is, right? endurance.
and supplication
You're
for
gonna have to
all
endure
the
this flesh,
Kudashim.
you're gonna have to fight. Only way you're gonna be able to fight is if you got that skill. Come on.
And supplication for all the Kudashim,
Mm-hmm.
and for me,
For me,
that utterance
that utterance,
may be given unto me,
why?
that I may open my mouth boldly,
Open my mouth what?
boldly,
And why is that?
to make known the mystery of the Besorah of the gospel.
That's why I open my mouth boldly to make this known. I don't care who feel to get hurt. Go ahead.
For which I am an ambassador
I'm an ambassador, a
in
messenger,
bonds,
in bonds, because we are prisoner to Yahuwah.
that therein I may speak boldly
Speak boldly
as I ought to speak.
as I ought to speak. Praise y'all for Yahushua Mashiach. Well, everybody on the phone, I appreciate y'all. We bless